McLemore. As a proud alumnus and a parent of two Trojan students, I can personally attest to the benefits of a St. James education. At St. James School, our purpose is to build up every child from the inside out, to encourage each heart, to build character, and to elevate potential. Every day, we work hard to live out our purpose in the classroom, on the stage, and on the field. Thank you to the following businesses who have partnered with us to support and build up our students this year: Adams Drugs, Alabama 811, Baptist Ortho Now, Breck Honey State Farm, Brindle Sprinkler Company, Bush Law Firm, CB&S Bank, Dentistry for Children, Doug's 2 Salon, Gunthorpe Financial, Dr. Derek Wessner and Dr. Lee Murphy from Houston Clinic, Just for Grins Orthodontics, Judge J.C. Love, Merrill Lynch Webb Chastain, Merrill Lynch Jake Ray, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Montgomery Dentistry, Montgomery Paint and Body, Moore Company Realty, On Point Habitat Management, Pinion Law Firm, Regions, River Bank and Trust, Southern Specialty Physicians, Attorney Katie Steenwinder, Tanner Landscaping, and Zaxby's. Go Trojans!
We've talked a lot this year about a high school football season being a lot like a journey. Some of you were with us back on October 22nd when things began. St. James kicked off to Montgomery Catholic about the time the rain stopped on a cloudy but sticky Friday night. And the Montgomery Catholic Knights returned that kickoff for a touchdown. And since that moment, this St. James football team has been trying desperately to catch up. And they're almost there. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's Friday night in Alabama, and this is St. James Trojan Football. We join you tonight. We're back home at the J.R. Brown Press Box atop Carlisle Field on the campus of St. James School, where the Trojans and the Tallahassee Tigers will decide who gets to go to the playoffs and who gets to go, well, to basketball practice. St. James and Tallahassee tied with 2 and 3 region records, and the winner will clinch at least 4th place in the region standings and will assure themselves of a chance in the playoffs. If we go all the way back to August 22nd, what I've just said seemed almost impossible. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, it seemed almost impossible. St. James playing one of the most difficult schedules in the state. By the time the smoke clears, we'll have played at least 6 teams that will qualify for the high school playoffs later this fall. Not very many teams can say that. In fact, not very many teams want to say that. It's been a tough year here on Vaughn Road. But the Trojans have fought their way, even though the record is not what anyone in blue and gold had wanted. Win tonight against Tallahassee, and you punch your ticket to the playoffs for the 12th straight season. It's been a long journey, but St. James is almost back. You stay with us. We'll be right back. This is St. James Football on WRBZ.
Hi, I'm Shelly Nichols. If you see home ownership in your future, the future is now. Helping people get mortgages is what I do at Cross Country Mortgage. I'll help you find the home financing option that's right for you. Go to my website at ccm.com/Shelly Nichols and follow me on social media. Contact me today at Cross Country Mortgage about a home loan. Equal housing opportunity, subject to credit approval, NMLS 430123, company NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is Judge J.C. Love in the Montgomery County Probate Court, wishing the St. James Trojans football team a winning and successful football season. Go Trojans. And while we're cheering for victory on the field, we're also protecting victories at home. Don't let property title fraud take away what you've worked so hard to build. Sign up today for the Probate Court's REACT program, the Real Estate Activity Alert and Contact Tool. It's free, it's fast, and it helps safeguard your property. Protect your property, protect your future. Learn more at www.reactnow.com. That's www.reaactnow.com. Go Trojans.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists, and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble & Bumble. So even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
I'm Cliff Meidel, two-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
We're back here at Carlisle Field at St. James versus Tallahassee on a very important high school football game here in mid-October. Trojans back home after a 2-game road trip last Friday night. We were in Cleburne County, and the Trojans won what was a interesting high school football game with air quotes, 14-7. And we'll talk about that game a little later in our pregame festivities as we march toward our 7 p.m. kickoff tonight. But let's take a little closer look at tonight's opponent, the Tallahassee Tigers. It's not a team that St. James plays on a regular basis. In fact, this will be only the 9th meeting between the Trojans and the Tigers. They actually met in the playoffs back in 2016 here at Carlisle Field, and it was all Tallahassee that night, 42-14. St. James, it was a team the Trojans had high hopes. Won in the first round, and then in the second round ran into a buzzsaw. The Trojans' record against Tallahassee is 3-5, and St. James' 3 wins came in successive years in 2001, 2002, and 2003, and the games really were not close. The Trojans winning 35-6, 41-12, and 41-7. Tallahassee won last year, and it was another one of those interesting or puzzling football games for the 2024 version of St. James football. We've talked about a couple of times a Trinity game where the Trojans gave up 14 points in less than 20 seconds. And something almost like that happened last year against Tallahassee in the game for the region championship a year ago tonight, this week. St. James and Tallahassee met over in Elmore County, and the winner claimed the region championship. The game was tied 14-14 midway through the second quarter, and then in the last 5 minutes before halftime, Tallahassee scored 17 points. The Trojans tied the game, and then the Tigers returned the kickoff for a touchdown. St. James then went 3 and out. A short punt gave Tallahassee a short field. They scored there, excuse me, and then intercepted a pass just before halftime, returned it down to the Trojans' 18-yard line and kicked a field goal. And in 5 minutes of play, a game that was 14-14 turned to 31-14. St. James scored 1 touchdown in the second half and held Tallahassee scoreless. And St. James missed out on the chance to win what would have been 3 straight region titles. This version, and that Tallahassee team went on to win the region title and to win in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. In fact, that's the only region title for Tallahassee since 2014. Although if you go back into the 90s, this was a really, really powerful high school football program led by Mike Battles, for 12 seasons. The coach now, Lawrence O'Neill, in his second year, and that name may be familiar to you as he coached at Booker T. Washington in 21, 22, and 23, and actually leading that version of Booker T. Washington in 2023 to the state semifinals. This has been a bit of a disappointing season for Tallahassee. I think that's a fair thing to say. They came into the year with high hopes. Their quarterback, Trent Morris, who threw a touchdown pass and ran for another last year against the Trojans, was injured in 7-on-7 competition, broke his wrist and was out until the Booker T. Washington game, came back and played for a couple of games on defense. And then during the team's open week on September 27th, that week, had his cast removed. And then last Friday night, or 2 Friday nights ago, against Cleburne County, he returned and led his team to a victory against Cleburne County. Last Friday night, however, Hanley was all over the Tigers 45-14. Let's look a little closer at Tallahassee season. They opened the season, and some of you may remember in kind of disappointing fashion, Montgomery Academy just absolutely pounded this team 59-3. It was 35-0 at the end of the first quarter. And you wondered what kind of football season would this be for Tallahassee. They were able to come back and win the next 2 weeks, another non-region victory, 25-9 over Elmore County. And then they opened region play with a 53-21 win over Munford before dropping 2 close games to Booker T. Washington and Bullitt County. They actually lost to Bullitt County literally on the last play of the game, lost to BTW 17-14 and to Bullitt County 19-17. So they lost 2 region games by a total of 5 points to 2 teams that just to be really honest, both handled St. James pretty easily. And so on that comparative score, you'd tilt the scales tonight a little bit toward Tallahassee. But then, of course, looking at the Montgomery Academy game, Trojans lost 14-7, and that was a game St. James got inside the 5 of Montgomery Academy 2 other times and didn't score, losing 14-7. And Montgomery Academy defeated Tallahassee 59-3. What does all that mean? I think for me, what it means is that it's going to be a very evenly fought game tonight. This Tallahassee football team, again, defeated Cleburne County 23-16, scoring in the last minute to clinch that game. A long drive led by their quarterback, Trent Morris, who ran it in from about 30 yards out with under a minute to go, and then they hung on to defeat Cleburne County. Again, a team that St. James defeated last Friday night, 14-7. So this Tallahassee team will be led by the quarterback, Trent Morris. He's a junior, not a big guy, just 5'9", but fast and quick. He can throw the ball well enough, thank you, but his legs really are perhaps his biggest asset. And they have a sophomore running back, Jaden Gordon, and you'll hear that name a lot. Had a rushing touchdown last week, 2 weeks ago against Cleburne County, 2 rushing touchdowns. And so they'll keep the football most of the time in the hands of Trent Morris, the quarterback, or Jaden Gordon, the running back. They will test the edges on this St. James defense. And what that means is that the Trojans have got to be able to set the edges. The cornerbacks have got to tackle very, very well. And then the St. James defensive linemen have got to be there when those running backs are turned back inside. But Tallahassee will try to run outside. I'm certain that their coaching staff believes that they are faster than St. James and that they can exploit their speed. And the Trojans have had difficulty dealing with speed against Booker T. Washington, against Hanley, and against Bullitt County. And the Trojans will be tested again tonight. Now on defense, if you are a student of the game of football, you will scratch your head if you're here at the stadium and watching Tallahassee play defense, because they are very unconventional. Let's just say that. The safety will be up, standing side by side to the inside linebackers sometimes. The cornerbacks will be up just outside the tight end and the tackles, trying to force things back inside. They are not afraid to blitz, and especially I think tonight against this St. James single wing offense, they will assume that they're faster and that they can recover. So in terms of defensively, St. James has got to run the football straight at Tallahassee. Jimmy Perry, who was coach here for 11 seasons, used to say, you beat speed by running right at it. You take the speed away. You don't give the other team the opportunity to use their speed to run you down. And St. James will run the football straight at Tallahassee tonight. And I think the solution or the answer as to which team gets out of here with an eye on the playoffs and which team, as we said in the opening, has to turn their attention toward basketball season, that will be answered by who can run the football. If Tallahassee is able to run and St. James cannot stop the tandem of Gordon and Morris, then the Trojans are going to be in trouble. If St. James can do what they did last Friday night, they ran the football 52 times for 233 yards, had a massive lead in time of possession last Friday night against Cleburne County. If they can do that tonight, then Tallahassee's going to be in trouble. As we mentioned in the opening, this game will really decide fourth place in Region 3 of Class 4A. Hanley and Booker T. Washington, they lead the standings at 5-0 in region play. And next week they will play in a game that will most likely decide the region championship tonight. Booker T. Washington plays Bullitt County, and certainly a Bullitt County win, which would be a bit of an upset, could kind of turn that upside down. But at this point, it appears Hanley and BTW likely to be number 1 and number 2 in the region, both sitting at 5-0 now. Bullitt County at 4-1 in region play. They do play Booker T. Washington tonight. We'll keep an eye on that and get you a score. And then Tallahassee and St. James at 2-3. Next week, Tallahassee plays Talladega, will be heavily favored to win. Next Friday night, St. James plays Munford here at Carlisle Field, will be heavily favored to win. But whoever wins tonight will have 3 victories in region play and will have locked up. Well, maybe there's one if, but we can say we'll have locked up 4th place and can start thinking about the playoffs. You know, that's been the goal here at St. James. We've talked about it a bunch this season. It's been perhaps the most unusual football season at St. James that I've seen, and I've been around this program since the early 2000s. Things got started in a crazy way in the summer with a coach leaving unexpectedly, a quarterback transferring, and things have gone downhill since then. But the Trojans have gotten their feet back under them, won a game last Friday night that they had to win. The Trojans knew if you could somehow go on the road, take a 2.5 hour bus ride that turned into a 4-hour bus ride on the way up. But if you could go to Cleburne County and win, then you could set up the game tonight. The Trojans accomplished that, and we'll see if St. James can finish the journey tonight with a win against Tallahassee. You stay with us. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at St. James and talk about the keys to victory from the Trojans' perspective. But you stay with us. It's St. James versus Tallahassee. We'll be right back. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. We're a proud supporter of St. James football. Being a member of this community and knowing that these students are part of our community, we at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office would like to let you know that we support you this football season and we're here for you this football season.
If joint pain or athletic injury has you out of a game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Wessner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Wessner is a veteran and primary care sports medicine physician specializing in the primary care treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Visit Doctors Murphy and Wessner at Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
From all the employees at Adams Drugs, we want to say thank you to those who already trust us with your health care and prescription needs. If you are looking for a pharmacy, we would like to invite you to visit our website, adamsdrugs.net, and find a location nearest to you. We have 12 locations in the River region with services such as wellness screenings, blood pressure checks, and compounding, just to name a few. Please come in and experience the Adams Drugs difference. We look forward to serving you and your family.
Well, we're back here at Carlisle Field as St. James versus Tallahassee. We get ready for kickoff on what's a very important high school football game. And Brad Armagost and Sonny Brassfield back in the booth here at Carlisle Field in the J.R. Brown press box. And the Trojans last Friday night, Brad, had an unusual trip up to Cleveland County. For whatever reason, the bus driver decided to go up I-65 rather than Highway 9, which I've driven about 1,000 times in the last 40 years.
That's your stomping grounds,
yeah,
man.
And it is the only way to get there. And they left the school at 1, and about 5:15 they got to Heflin.
Oh boy!
And the other coaches went to the restaurant in Oxford and picked up the pregame meal, which they ate in the gym. So the night got off to a crazy start. But the Trojans played much better last Friday night. It was, as we said this morning at breakfast, a little more fairer a fight in terms of the size of the players at Cleveland County. And tonight we face another game that's going to be much more like last Friday than it will be like the games against Booker T. Washington and Hanley. This Tallahassee team also defeated Cleveland County, but they did that literally in the last minute of the game. Cleveland County led the entire game. And you know, Tallahassee has been one of those teams that's been up and down this season. They've lost to the same three region teams that St. James has lost to.
Yeah,
Booker T. Washington, Bullitt County, and Hanley. Quite honestly, the Hanley game last Friday night, 45-14. Hanley beat St. James 42-0.
Yeah.
Those two scores pretty comparable, but the other two games against BTW and Bullitt County, you know, the Tallahassee lost those two games by a combined 5 points. And so, you know, it's a team St. James ought to be able to match up with, but we got to be able to run the football.
Yeah, I know. And you say run the football, that immediately thinks me we want to control the clock, because when you're as thin as we are, and they have a lot of guys that play both ways as well.
Yeah.
If we can keep them on the field as long as possible, sustained 12, 14 play drives, it'll create some great things for St. James.
Yeah, and I can't explain it, you know, but if you played, you know this, and that is that, you know, quite honestly, it's easier to play offense than defense. And so, you know, if St. James can keep the football, they can begin to try to wear down Bullitt County. And last Friday night, running the football 52 times.
Wow. I haven't heard a stat like that
in a long time.
In a long time. What's the next closest?
Well, I said this morning at breakfast, that's the most rushes in a game since 2016, when St. James ran the football 60 times against Montgomery Academy. Now, that was a game that St. James won very easily.
Tony Amerson?
Tony Amerson. See if you can tell me who the other running back was.
Costner? No, Costner wasn't there yet. Who was the
Costner was in the ninth grade.
He was in the ninth grade.
Right. Well, maybe not.
Who was the sandwich kid? Let's see. God, I can't remember.
Well, I'll tell you later because I can't remember it either. But it's the only year when Coach Perry was here, and I should have looked it up. When Coach Perry was here, that St. James had 2 1,000-yard rushers. But, you know, in that game, the Trojans got way ahead and just, you know, kind of out of good sportsmanship ran the football.
Yeah.
We'll see the Trojans again tonight in that wing T offense, you know, single wing T. Those terminologies reference the same formation.
Yeah.
You know, it's a formation that's real hard to throw out of, and the Trojans have had a hard time throwing.
Yeah, well, I just you're exactly right. I think we've completed maybe little shy of 50% of our 60% of our passes this year. Not a lot of numbers. What, 300, 350 yards maybe passing?
452 yards.
450. Okay.
We're 40 for
Better than I thought.
91, which
Okay.
is 44%.
44%.
One touchdown pass.
And how many interceptions? Five. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
I would say we're a running football team.
We are.
And we can run, those 5, 6, 7 plays out of multiple formations, which you hope creates some confusion. And then maybe we can get a dink and a dunk pass. But it's really going to be about time of possession tonight.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
It is. You run out of the single wing. You really got 3 plays.
Yeah.
You got the down, you got the counter, and you got the buck sweep.
There we go.
Now you do it out
I like
of
that buck
different
sweep.
formations. I like the buck sweep too. And watching practice this week, there's a little new wrinkle to the buck sweep that we won't talk about because the guys across the field might have their radios on. But a little different wrinkle on the buck sweep this weekend. Of course, when the Trojans run the football, it'll be Miles Zakowski. Zakowski last week, 18 carries, played every play on defense. And, that's a workload. That's asking a lot.
It's asking a lot.
He ran for, I think, 91 yards last week on 18 carries.
But he runs angry though.
Yeah, he does run angry. He plays linebacker angry.
Yeah,
as
he knows how to play. He knows how to play football. He's got the right attitude for sure.
Yeah. Grant Phillips has 460 yards on the season rushing on 83 carries and 7 touchdowns. Zakowski 32 carries, 271 yards. So those two runners have 78% of the Trojans rushing yards on the season. This is a football team that's averaging 13 points a game. And so that little detail tells you that the Trojans are 2-6. You're not going to win very many games if you're only going to score 13 points.
But you know what's stunning about that? We scored 28 on Trinity.
Yeah.
We scored 28 points on Trinity. And so you just wonder if somewhere in the recipe for the offense, if there's not something a little more that make it happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the difference in the Trinity game than last Friday night, when honestly that game should have been 35-0 or 35-7.
Yeah.
The Trojans turned the ball over twice inside the 5.
I know.
Mason Craig throws an interception from the 4-yard line. Zakowski fumbles on the 2, much like when it was much hotter. Way back in August when the Trojans played Montgomery Academy here, lost 14-7 and turned the ball over inside the 5 twice that night as well. Against Trinity, St. James didn't turn the football over, protected it. This football game tonight, and it's important, we've talked about it already, but the winner clinches 4th place in the region. The winner can't get to 3rd place, so this is a game that's all about 4th place. Booker T. Washington, Bullitt County, and Handley will be in places 1, 2, and 3. Winner here's in. Next week really won't matter. Trojans would have 3 wins with the win tonight in region play. It would move Tallahassee to 2 and 4, meaning the very best thing Tallahassee could do would be to get to 3 wins. The Trojans will have 3 wins after tonight and have the tiebreaker against both Catholic and Cleveland County. Cleveland County could get to 3 wins as well, but you would have the tiebreaker on those. So this is as clear a play-in game as you're going to see. Mm-hmm. And for me, Brad, just answer 3 questions for me, and I'll tell you who's going to win.
Okay.
Are the Trojans going to turn the ball over?
No.
Are the Trojans going to be able to get 4 yards on first down? Average 4 yards on first down.
And that's a great stat, Sonny.
Yeah.
If you getting ahead of the chains, being in 2nd and 6 is a beautiful place to see. I say yes, they are.
Yeah. Okay. We do those 2 things. And can St. James cover the kickoffs and punts?
Special teams.
Special teams. Well, last year, St. James gave up a punt return for a touchdown. A kickoff return for a touchdown and a fumble that was scooped up in return for a touchdown in a 31-21 loss. They gave up 2, a special teams touchdown and a turnover touchdown. Can't do that tonight. Not against this football team. Tallahassee's had their difficulties tonight. This season. Their quarterback tonight, we'll see Trent Morris. He's a little junior, not big, 5'7", 5'8". Broke his wrist in the preseason, came back in week 3 with a cast on and played in the secondary. But the last 2 weeks against Cleveland County 2 weeks ago and last week against Handley, he's played quarterback. We'll see him. He'll throw the ball some, air quotes, more than St. James will throw the ball. Okay, St. James will throw the ball not much. They'll throw the ball some, but he'll keep the ball in his hands. When he hands it off, we'll see Jaden Gordon. He's their leading rusher. Both guys about the same size, probably faster than anybody St. James has. And so I guess the fourth question is, can the Trojans set the edge and keep those guys inside and not let them turn the corner? If the Trojans can do those things, then we might be happy here in about 2.5 hours, and we might be making some plans for 2 weeks from tonight, 3 weeks from tonight, when the high school playoffs start.
Let me ask you this: if we win and we're in,
right,
we're going to play the 1 seat, right?
Right.
1 versus 4, who we think might be
Okay.
your best guess.
That'll be Oak Grove, which is a Jefferson County school. If they can win tonight against American Christian Academy, we'll keep an eye on that game.
Okay. Yeah, I'll add that.
If Oak Grove can win, they'll clinch the region, and that means the Trojans would dodge Bibb County. Oak Grove upset Bibb County last Friday night, and so they've got at least a grip on the region championship. Would be their first in about 25 years. So,
wow.
So we'll see. And the other thing that before you ask me if you had to play a second round game, Jackson is not in that part of the bracket.
That would be
Jackson will be somewhere else. So you
we
wouldn't
don't
have
want
to
any
take
part of that, man.
Absolutely not.
No.
I tell you what, we're going to take another 2-minute break. We had a chance to visit with head coach Larry Weyer a few minutes ago and talk a little bit about tonight's game. It's St. James versus Tallahassee. The chance to move on and play in the playoffs on the line here at Carlisle Field. You stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
All aboard for Healthy Smiles. At Dentistry for Children, they love to make kids smile. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Thomas specialize in pediatric dentistry, treating infants, children, and patients with special needs. You can trust Dentistry for Children to provide the highest quality care for children of all ages. Beautiful smiles begin at Dentistry for Children. Call today to make your appointment with their professional caring staff. Dentistry for Children in Montgomery and Wetumpka, proudly making kids smile for over 40 years.
Nothing gets your attention like the pain you get when it hurts to walk. When you have that pain, reach out to Southern Specialty Physicians. Dr. Brian Sellers is a board-certified vascular surgeon with over 15 years of experience. And Dr. Brandon McCullum is an experienced podiatrist. Southern Specialty Physicians are working to keep Alabama walking. Located across from the AUM Water Tower on Sydney Curve and online at ssp.care. When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, "The staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing." Or, "My teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great." If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com. A fire can spread through your home or business in less than 2 minutes. That's why it's important to think ahead and have the proper fire protection installed before it's needed. Brendel Sprinkler Company can inspect your current system and help make sure that you have the proper equipment when it's needed. Brendel works in new construction, existing homes, and renovations. They not only want to help extinguish fires, they want to save lives. Since 1960, with over 5,000 successful installations. Find them online at brendelsprinkler.com.
We're back at Carlisle Field, closer to kickoff St. James and Tallahassee on what's a big football game tonight here at Carlisle Field, but a big game, Coach, because of what your football team did last week against Cleveland County.
Yeah, our kids really fought hard last week, and we were able to come out of there with the victory. And it's such a long bus trip for our kids, and it caused so many different challenges last week. We didn't account for the traffic going there, and we missed our pregame meal, so our kids virtually played hungry, virtually and literally played hungry for the victory. But, everything worked out the way it did when we got there and got settled. We talked to our kids, hey, let's not make this a distraction. It is what it is. We were in traffic, and we got to the stadium, when we need to, with enough time to warm up and, do some things pregame wise that we normally do traditionally. So our kids bought into what we said, and I think they enjoyed their pregame meal. more so than anything, the way we did it. So we had wings at the beginning of the game, so I think we might make that a tradition one day.
Yeah, that and just to give everybody a little background, what happened last week, St. James left about 1:00, right?
Correct.
Headed to Heflin, which is in Cleveland County, kind of east of Anniston. Ran into a little traffic on I-65 and arrived at the stadium about 5:15 or so, right?
That's correct.
So we had a 4-hour bus ride, and that's enough to cause the guys' legs to be a little tired. And you had to have the meal delivered there to Cleveland County. Luckily, they've got a nice facility. You had room to eat, but an unusual night before kickoff for sure. And then the Trojans rushed the ball 52 times.
Yeah, we always know, hey, our philosophy is if we're going to win, we want to run the ball and run the ball effectively, because the challenges that we have around our offense, we just know what our dynamics need to be. And kids did good. If we had to throw the ball 52 times, we'd have thrown it 52 times just to get the win. So based on what we need to do, we're going to try to do whatever we can to win the ball game, whether it's running or passing.
I thought your defense played very, very well. Held Cleveland County to under 40 yards in rushing, and under 100 yards for total offense for the entire game, and got 4 takeaways. You can't ask much more of your defense.
That's exactly right. I've always leaned to defensively. If you're gonna win, you got to win with defense, because if you can't stop nobody, you got to outscore somebody. And the way we're built right now, we can't outscore people, so we got to stop them.
Well, and your defense played very, very hard. Those 2 linebackers who've been really kind of the anchor of your defense, I think, all year, played very, very well last Friday night. And then Miles Zakowski, one of those 2 linebackers, carried the ball 18 times for you. That's you ask a lot of him, and he gave you what you asked for.
Yeah, Miles is one of those warriors that we really lean upon. And plus, he's a senior, so we're getting his abilities on the field and his leadership. So that has been a plus for us, a plus actually. But, Miles is a warrior, and we got a lot of kids that's on the team that's a lot like him. And, if he continues to pour out his efforts to the rest of the team, I feel like we got a shot, especially tonight. And, we can play further, we'll be fine.
Well, this game tonight is St. James versus Tallahassee. Teams don't play each other all that much. This is just the 9th time that the teams have ever played in football. But this is a big one tonight. And, folks listening, St. James is 2-6. No, don't hide that. Now, those 6 teams are all going to the playoffs. And I don't know that there's another high school team in the state of Alabama when it's over that will have played 6 or 7 playoff teams in their schedule. That's not alibiing. That's just the truth. But at 2-6, win tonight and you get to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we knew these dynamics earlier in the year. We were like, we got a juggernaut at the beginning of our season, and not to have any moral victories, but we knew what we were facing early in the year. If we could have come out with one of those wins earlier, the dynamics would be different now. But here we are with two wins with a great chance to make it into the playoffs. This game tonight will determine the head-to-head in terms of wins or whatever with Tallahassee. So, it's a great opportunity for our kids. But hey, I'll take it based on the way the year has gone.
Well, that's right. And looking at this game tonight, it's a Tallahassee team that's gotten their quarterback back. He's injured the first part of the year. Got a running back that's real fast, so I know that they're going to present some challenges for you on defense.
Yeah, they are going to present some challenges. But the thing about defense, you get 11.
Yeah.
And if you can play without 11, you can kind of corral that speed sometimes if you can, by design. And that's what we're planning on doing tonight. Just trying to keep our kids in the spots that they need to be in where, that speed doesn't hurt us as much.
Well, and it's not August hot tonight either. So football team that's going to play both ways. I know the little change in fall weather has been welcomed. What about the rest of the health of your team?
The rest of everybody's, it is what it is. We're banged up in some key areas. But, you know, just like I stated, our kids got a lot of fight in them, and they're not going to quit. They're not going to give up until they know that the game is over. So I don't have a concern with that, because we've come a long way this year with the heat, you know, with the injuries that we've had, and that process is proven true. You know, they're going to fight, you know, throughout the whole game. And I don't expect anything different tonight. Being cooler than it normally has, that's an advantage for us.
Well, Coach, I know you got to get back to your guys, head coach Larry Ware and St. James tonight against Tallahassee, winner to the playoffs. So it's a big game, Coach. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Go Trojans.
We'll be right back. This is St. James Football on WRBC.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these three words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
When most people think of landscaping, they picture a few shrubs and a patch of grass. But at Tanner Landscaping, we transform spaces into lush, vibrant paradises. Based in Pike Road, our family-owned business specializes in both residential and commercial landscaping and irrigation. Our talented team is dedicated to making your landscape dreams come true. Find us on Facebook at Tanner Landscaping, LLC. We are proud supporters of St. James football. Go Trojans.
When a sports injury has you sidelined, Baptist Ortho Now offers comprehensive orthopedic care with no appointment from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with board-certified specialists treating injuries and expert physical therapist administering everything from sports medicine to everyday recovery treatment. Baptist Ortho Now, getting you off the bench and back in the action. East Chase across from Target.
All right, we're back here at Carlisle Field, getting ready for kickoff. Tallahassee won the toss and unusually elected to take the football, so St. James will be on defense. Trojans tonight, again, looking to punch their ticket to the playoffs in what has been, as I said, in one portion of the pregame, perhaps the most bizarre high school football season that I've been around here at St. James. All kinds of things before the season ever began, and then you open the season 9 weeks ago. 9 weeks ago tonight. Yeah. Time has passed. There's no question about that, Brad. We sat in the car waiting for the rain to stop. Got out there. Yep. Trojans kicked off to Montgomery Catholic. They returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Yep.
And this football team has been trying to catch up from that very minute.
That's right.
You know, since the opening kickoff of the first game, they've been trying to catch up. It's been a massively challenging season. St. James will dress 31 kids tonight.
The Dirty 30.
The Dirty 30. There you go. That's pretty good.
There we go.
And 3 of them 8th graders who are not going to play.
I know.
So literally you'll try to play tonight with 27 guys. Among those, a handful of 9th graders not ready. Really, if we take the tape after the game tonight and count, St. James, including special teams, might play 20 guys out there tonight.
I know.
But they sit here with an opportunity. Tallahassee's going to get the football. They scare me. Their speed scares me. But, you know, you've gotten to here, and so, you know, you just play football tonight. Just play football tonight.
Which one's the quarterback?
All right, the quarterback is
I know
Marsh.
we were talking about his speed this morning.
Yeah, Marsh, Trent Marsh. He's 16, and the
He's
running back
16.
is Jaden Gordon. He's 5.
Got it.
All right, we're
Here we
about
go.
ready to go here at Carlisle Field. If you're watching us on Facebook, we'll try to keep the camera turned, but I am broadcasting, keeping a drive chart, and I'm cameraman. So just bear with me if you're watching us on Facebook. Tallahassee in an unusual uniform from them on the road. They almost always wear yellow pants, white pants trimmed in purple and yellow, a yellow helmet with THS. It is the same helmet or a close replica of the helmet LSU wears. And the Trojans in all blue tonight. White numbers on that Navy jersey, a white stripe on the Navy pants, a white helmet. And Dylan Hines will boot this baby away. There's a football in the air on Carlisle Field, and that was into the end zone.
Beautiful kick, man. Beautiful kick.
And Tallahassee will start on their own 20.
Yeah, man. 5 yards deep. Dylan Hines kept his head down and just plowed the ball.
All right, defensively up front for the Trojans, it'll be the same guys it's been all year. St. James been very, very lucky with injuries. Dylan Hines at defensive end up front for St. James. That'll be Dawson Knowles, Steenwinder, and Max Ward. The linebackers are Henry Wright and Miles Zakowski. We'll get the defensive backs for you. It's 1st and 10 on the 20, the ball in the middle of the field, a man in motion. The snap is low, but running to the outside is Gordon. He turns the corner out there, and if somebody doesn't push him out of bounds, he's going to be gone. They turned the corner out there on St. James way, way, way too easy.
Yeah, way too easy. We just got caught up in some trash. The linebackers weren't getting out there. Everybody kind of got shield blocked a little too much and just really took their attention off who was running the ball.
Cornerbacks must set the edge tonight for St. James.
Yeah.
And it didn't get set there. They picked up a first down all the way out to the 34. Same formation, a tight end and 3 wide receivers. Straight ahead this time is Gordon.
There we go.
Knifing in the defensive lineman out there. That's Steenwinder who made the stop.
Yep. Big old
Gordon
5'7".
carried it again. Go ahead.
Yeah, big 5'7" Steenwinder, man. He absolutely destroyed that play.
And by 5'7", you mean 57, not 5 feet 7
That's what I
inches.
meant. 57. He's 5'11".
They gave him 2 yards, did Gordon.
He's a lot bigger than his brother.
Yeah, he is bigger than his brother. All right, man-to-man out here for the Trojans. This one will be thrown to Gordon. Get him down, gentlemen. And they do. Luke Catchings and a lot of help out there for the Trojans. They'll see where they'll mark it. Forward progress out to the 38. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
I like that.
Nice tackle by Catchings. I've mentioned him a bunch of times this season.
Yep.
Listed as 5'7", 170. Plays safety out there for St. James and not afraid of anything.
Okay, 3rd down.
Different quarterback in for Tallahassee. 7, who we don't have on the roster. All right, the ball on the 38. It's 3rd and 7. They'll hand it off straight ahead. Not much running room. Trojans are going to hit him at the 40, get him down short, and it's going to be 4th down. 4th and about 3. The football on the 41, the line to make the 43. Let's see if Tallahassee risks going for it here. Haven't seen the punter yet.
I think Steenwinder made that tackle as well.
I think they're going for it, Brad. Right here with the ball on their own 42. You know, Morris may be wearing 7 because that looks like him out there. We'll check on that. All right, the football at the 41, 42. It's 4th and 2. Let's see if they're trying to draw the Trojans off. Did not get in the neutral zone, but almost did.
Close.
The St. James linebackers, very, very close. And on the sidelines, Coach Corley saying, no, they're not snapping it.
Wow.
Almost. Henry Wright got as close as you can get to being in the neutral zone and not being in the neutral zone.
I was looking at the official on the far side, just ready to see the flag up in the air. Which, by the way, if they throw a flag tonight, it matches most of Tallahassee's uniforms.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know if it's going to be a shoe or a helmet or a official flag.
All right, the ball at the 42. The punter for Tallahassee. During warm-ups, only kicking the ball what would be about 25 yards, maybe 30 at the most. Alford stands at about 37 yards, which is back at the St. James 23. We'll We'll see if he's got the ability to get up and catch this ball. Snaps low. Almost blocked by the Trojans. This kick is going to be off the side of his foot, but it's going to take a Tallassee bounce inside the 20. And the Trojans will take over at their own 19. Nice defensive series for the Trojans.
Yeah, everybody played sound after that first down.
Yep.
Everybody kind of settled in a little better. But let me tell you, on that, if he keeps punting like that, we're going to get a block.
We're going to block one.
Yeah,
He
he has a
took
little
his
bit of a
time.
delay.
Took his
Yeah,
time.
he wasn't in a hurry at all.
All right, Mason Craig's a quarterback for St. James. We'll be in the single wing, which means there's a tight end and a wing back, and they're across the way. The ball on the hash mark on the visitor side of the field. Now the strength of the formation shifts here to the wide side, and the Trojans may run it back short. They had a lot of success last week doing that. They've tossed it out there, turning the corner. I think that is Zakowski, maybe 3 yards, maybe 4. Across the 20 to the,
Was
to
that
the
Gr-
23.
was that Grant?
No, that was
Zook?
Zakowski.
Okay.
That was Zakowski. Pick up a 4, let's call it. And we
Yeah.
talked about it.
Talked
Get 4
about
on first
that.
down.
It gets to 2nd and 6.
Split out here wide is Michael Hassel here on the near side of the field. Trojans with 2 wing backs now. Mason Craig hand under center. Tallassee with 9 guys in the box, but running room anyway. Zakowski across the 35 to the 37. First down, Trojans. That's the counter. That's the counter. We talked about it in pregame. The down, the counter, the buck sweep.
Yep. Man, what a beautiful play. Zakowski it was wide open. You could have driven a truck through the hole.
Running to the strong side of the formation that time. Out over the football for the Trojans. Jack Caradori is the center. Steenwinder and Jake Green are the guards. We'll get you the tackles in just a second. On a little counter sweep, running room, Grant Phillips. Phillips to the 50, and he's tripped up from behind near the 45. First down, Trojans. Just a little counter inside, and Phillips up a little gimpy.
Yeah, flag on the play.
Is there? Yeah. Near the 50-yard line. We'll see if that's holding against the Trojans, and keep our eye on Grant Phillips limping a little bit out there.
What a nice play. Yeah, the defender caught him from behind. He had no idea.
Yeah, Max Ward and Landon Wiggum are the tackles for the Trojans. They'll give Grant Phillips a bit of a break, but he looks all right. Was limping initially, but we'll keep an eye on him here on the sidelines. Replaced by Ford Bass. All right, that's a penalty that makes it 1st and 9. But it really was about a 20-yard penalty, wiping away a nice run. Rolling to his left is the quarterback, Mason Craig. He's going to tuck it under and run. Craig across the 45. And it's going to be 3rd down and 2. He rolled this way, Brad, looking to throw the football, but out of that formation, St. James really only has 1 receiver in the route, and he was covered. I said Mason Craig, tucked the ball under, and that was a bit of an exaggeration. he was carrying it in one hand. All right, Benton Alford is the wide receiver here to the short side of the field. The wing back across the way, along with the tight end on a quarterback sneak. Looks like the Trojans have it. First down, St. James. We'll take a quick peek at the clock, 7:47 to go. Ball right in the middle of the field. The nose of the football just touching the 50-yard line. Like many of you, I'm fighting a little allergies, so I apologize for the voice. Back out over the football's Caradori for the Trojans. Cross the formation.
Oh, no.
His
we
goals and St. James jump.
We moved.
No. St. James had, I think, 11 penalties last Friday night.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, we need a 9-yard play right here to get back on track.
Yeah, get back to second and 6. It's a 5-yard mark off. St. James jumping off sides. All right, Caradori back over the football. And the Trojans, again, with a wing back across the way, tied in this way. Now in motion is Ford Bass. Turning, they hand it off to him. Running across the way. Bass made a man miss, but only picked up about 3. Mason Craig tripped trying to hand the ball off. This is going to be 2nd down and 13, and this offense is not built for 2nd down and 13. 6:46 to go in the first quarter. Tallahassee picked up 1 first down on its first possession, and the Trojans here have picked up 2 first downs, but face a 2nd and 12. It's 0-0, no score in this big game here at Carlisle Field. St. James with 2 wing backs now. That's Zukowski in the backfield, right behind the quarterback. And he's got it. Not much across the 50, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 8, maybe even 9. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 9. Zukowski limping a little bit coming off.
Did Zukowski run that one?
Yes. And not, we Trojans don't have a lot of options if somebody gets gimpy. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 9. The ball at the Tallahassee 49-yard line. Craig's hands are under center. Here comes the safety on a blitz.
Oh, my
and
Lord.
Heavenly
What happened?
days he ran in the A-gap. That big defensive lineman, Bryce Childry, listed at 240, ran in the A-gap and grabbed Mason Craig for a loss of about 5.
If they're going to do that, we need to start going on 2.
Yeah.
We need to change the count up a little bit because he totally guessed.
Yeah, he literally is through there before the ball snapped almost.
Yep.
Wasn't offsides. Don't mean that, but he did anticipate the count.
Yes.
All right, for the Trojans, Dylan Hines will boot this one away. Play clock down to 3. I'm not sure the Trojans see it, but a nice snap and a high kick. Going to hit it about the 25 and take a Tallahassee bounce, and it'll be down at the 30, I think.
Good job.
right.
Good job by Catchings to scoop that ball before we lost another 5 to 7 yards.
Not a bad punt, but it just took a huge bounce in favor of the Tigers. 4:47 to go in the first quarter. No score. Second possession of the night for Tallahassee.
Well, we chewed up a good bit of clock.
Yep.
That time.
I think Morris is wearing 7. I have no idea why, but that's him. I'm 99% sure it's him. Tallahassee with a little confusion. Play clock down to 7. Man in motion across the formation. Now Morris will run it, tuck it down, get hit right in the middle of the field and driven back.
Was that a messed up play?
No, I think he looked at the first receiver and tucked it to run.
Okay.
Only a yard, we're going to say, maybe 2, and it's 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 32. Morris runs almost all the way to the sidelines to get the play. Reminiscent of that quarterback from Piedmont.
That's exactly
in the state
what I was
championship
thinking.
game. 2nd down and 8. Here comes St. James on a blitz. Oh, my goodness, a nice play by the linebacker.
What a great play. That's Steenwinder again, wasn't it?
Steenwinder again.
Was he in there? And let's see. Yeah.
Steenwinder and Zukowski.
Yeah, man.
No gain, really. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Wow.
See if the Trojans can get a little pressure on this quarterback and keep him in the pocket. He is a scrambler and quick as a minute. Not a big guy. St. James trying to rush from the outside, rolling the pocket to the right. Morris will throw that one high and outside and incomplete.
That was
and that's a 3
way
and out for the Trojans defense. So far, so good on the defensive side of the football.
No, Coach Corley's happy.
This is one of those where hoping for that bad snap.
Yeah, I think we need to rush this guy. Put some pressure on them.
I think St. James had 12 men on the field, but not now. Yancey got off there.
Yeah.
Deep is offered for the Trojans. Snap.
Here they come.
Almost got there. Grant Phillips after it. The ball's going to hit at the 35 and take a side bounce, and the Trojans will get the football there at their own 35. Phillips just barely missed the ball again.
Barely.
You know, this week listening to a podcast and Terrence Cody talking about the punt block against Tennessee. You do know
big
that
Terrence, man.
You hadn't forgotten that tomorrow's the third Saturday in October, had you?
Yeah, no, I will be there. Like you will be there.
I will be there unless every car we own won't crank. All right, they mark it at the 34. St. James in that single wing formation now, but with two wide receivers here to the wide side of the field, and Craig in the shotgun. Oh my goodness,
Lordy.
The big guy ran in the gap again.
Boy, let's run it on two.
Yeah, gonna have to snap the ball on two.
We need to change it up.
And we're gonna have to block down. Got to block down.
Was that Grant?
No, that's Zukowski again.
I'm sorry. He
He's
is really
coming
getting
off.
the lion's share of the carries.
Yeah, he's that big guy fell on him. 2:47 to go in the quarter. Trojans with second down and 13 now, gotten themselves behind the sticks again. They're literally running the old Okie defense with somebody head up on every offensive lineman. Running it back against the grain is Yancey, and Yancey's going to pick up the lost yardage, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
That is your 5th running back of the evening.
Wow.
Or person running the ball.
Wow.
Including Mason Craig. So Zuck, Phillips, Craig, Bass, and Yancey now have all touched the ball.
You to watch these guys, Brad, and folks watching on Facebook, although had a little difficulty with our camera tonight, so we're not quite as close to the action. But look, they got a man head up in every gap.
Yep.
And they're going to run in the gap, and Craig's going to have no time to throw. He's going to turn and sprint, break a tackle, but that's going to be all. He's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards, but it's going to be 3rd and 7. Trojans, yeah, I think, yes, we got to go on a different kind of count. St. James also got to block down. We can't pull anybody.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to pull anybody.
So they're going under the puller and
have not attempted a pass yet. They got 2 men deep.
Ardarian Henry is deep for Tallahassee, along with that running back Gordon. Need to punt this baby out of bounds. 1:10 to go. It's almost blocked St. James, but that's a nice kick. Fair catch is called. That ball's on the ground, but he fell on it. And Tallahassee will start at their 27. 1:04 to go in the quarter, and this is possession 3 for the Tigers. They'll start this time at their 27. No score. Well, let's see. Tallahassee's made a first down. St. James has made 2. And really had a third one called back on a holding penalty.
Yep. So far tonight, Tallahassee, no flags, no penalties.
St. James just the one holding penalty. No, two penalties. Two. All right, man in motion. They'll run it to Gordon again. This is the play they ran on the opening play of the game, but defended much better out there. Is that Zukowski?
Yes.
Holy cow.
He just shot the gap, man. He saw it the whole time. He wasn't fooled by anything.
He saw that handoff. The man's in motion coming across the formation. And St. James makes a big stop there. Be the last play of the quarter unless it's an incomplete pass. The heat timeout is long since gone, so we don't have that opportunity. All right, wide receivers here this way and a slot back. Morris will run it straight ahead. Little running room. He's going to get a first down, I think.
Look at him.
Man, he's strong.
Golly. Oh, he fumbled.
St. James has the football. Let's see if he's down or not. They talk it over.
They
are going to say he's down. That's a first down. to their own 42 or so.
I didn't know who to give credit to the tackle to because about 4 guys were holding on to him, trying to slow him down. He is quick.
He made a big cut right at the line of scrimmage, and I don't think Talissy's going to try to snap it before the end of the quarter, and they're not. We're going to take a 60-second break. It's Tallassee nothing and St. James nothing. We'll be right back. This is St. James football on RBC.
In challenging times, trust is everything. At the Bush Law Firm, they specialize in debtors' and creditors' rights, offering expert legal restructuring for businesses facing bankruptcy. As one of only 2 firms in Montgomery County equipped to handle such cases, the focus is on guiding you through insolvency with precision and care. Restructuring for a brighter future starts here. The Bush Law Firm. Navigate your path to stability. Visit us online at bushlegalfirm.com.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
If you want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss, well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations in technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
On first down, quarterback will sprint and turn the corner. St. James fooled a little bit. He'll sprint down the sidelines and pick up another first down, but there's a flag. I think that's going to be holding on Tallassee across the way. I think the coaches saw what you saw, Brad, and that is he's quicker than the St. James guys are.
Yeah, he is. Man, he's fast. Corley talked about it this morning that this kid is just lightning. Yeah, it's going to be on Tallassee. Their first penalty of the game.
Let's shout out to Kelly Bozeman. Kelly Catchings watching us from Bozeman, Montana. Also up in Scottsboro, Alabama, and in West Mobile. So we appreciate very much you being with us on Facebook, on WRBZ, on the RBZ app, on the computer.
Wonder what the temperature is in Bozeman right now.
I bet it's cooler than 78.
78 degrees right now.
All right, it's first down and 3 after that holding penalty. I mean, first down and 7, across the formation. Man, that pass is completed. That's going to be a touchdown, I'm afraid. Trojans tried to jump it, and that's a touchdown for Tallassee.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to hold on to it. He threw that ball with some velocity, and I thought it was going to careen off his hands.
That's Morris to the tight end, Roberts. And on the first play of the quarter, Tallassee leads 6-0. Just slipped the tight end past the safety, and Phillips saw him.
He thought
just a smidge
just
too late.
a little bit too late, and Grant would have had an interception, but
snap was a little inside, but that kick is high and it's good. So it's 7-0 Tallassee. 11:39 to go before halftime. We'll keep it here. That's a 3-play drive, 73 yards. Quarterback's quick. There's no question about that. St. James defense just got to adjust to the speed. And, one of the things that I will tell you, we didn't talk about it in the pregame interview that we recorded, but Coach Ware worried a little bit about this team being able to remain resilient. It's been a long season, and it started the way it needed to start. The Trojans made 2 big stops on defense, forced 2 punts, but this is an important possession for St. James on offense.
Yeah, we need something to get some energy back in this game on the St. James sidelines. It'd be great to see a nice return right here. Get this ball out to the 50.
Yeah, out there for the Trojans, I think that's Mikael Delbridge along with Benton Offord for the Trojans. And Urin Rodriguez will kick off for Tallassee. 7-0 Tigers. Trojans will get the ball. or should. This kick's going to be inside the 5 by Delbridge. Sprinting to the right side here. A little hole. He made one man miss. That's a holding call, however, back at the 20. And the Trojans are going to start in the hole. Holding call made from the end zone by the White Hat, but I do think it was holding. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty back to the 11, I think.
Not a good place to start.
Nope.
Penalty will be half the distance from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, Trojans got to get the ball away from the goal line. Got to get yourself one of those 7-minute drives, you know.
Gonna have to change our blocking scheme.
Something, because they're in an Okie defense, you know, or bear front. Some people call it bear, with a lineman in every gap. And here they come again. St. James runs a little quick hitter out to the 15. Is that Zakowski? It is.
Zakowski.
How many carries already for him?
He's got 5 carries for 17 yards. And pretty much just 1 quarter of play, a little over.
He got to the 14, so a pickup of only 3. 2nd down and 7. Got to be careful right here. Need to get the ball off the goal line, but got to be careful as well. Here come the big guys slanting along with the linebacker. But Zakowski broke a tackle, stumbles near the 1st down. Mark it right, guys. Going to be about half a yard short. Zakowski to the 20. Between the 20 and the 21. No, actually the ball's going to touch the nose of the 20. St. James has got to get it past the 21. So it's a whole yard, maybe a smidge more than that. 3rd down, 10:29 to go before halftime.
QB sneak.
I think so. I'm not taking the ball off the line of scrimmage, but look, they got 4 guys over the center.
I know, I see it.
Nope, a run outside. Zakowski's got it.
How about that?
And he got hit at the 25-yard line. Yeah, I'm looking at Zakowski saying, come on, buddy, get off the field.
He got 8 yards on that carry.
Wow. 1st down Trojans. I'm looking for Grant Phillips. Is he out there?
He's averaging better than 4.5 yards a carry right now. Zakowski is.
Yeah, Phillips is back out there. Phillips in the wing. 1st down from the 27. A little toss sweep to Phillips. He's going to throw it back to the quarterback.
Go.
Mason Craig down the sidelines. Need a block. Need 1 block, gentlemen.
Pick your legs up.
Inside the 40 to the 37. They tossed the ball. I was looking for Grant Phillips for a reason. They tossed it to Phillips out of the wing position, and he threw it back to the quarterback. And St. James had 2 blockers out there. They just could not get the Tallahassee defender down. The ball at the 37, 1st down Trojans.
35-yard.
Mason Craig, hand under center. Phillips picking his way, going to sprint to the corner. Got it turned. Going to be near the 30, maybe a little short of it. Going to be a pickup of about 6. Be 2nd down and 4. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Ford Bass back in there for Phillips.
He got 5 on that yard. 5 on that play.
Trojans driving toward the south end zone, again in all blue uniforms, white helmet. Ball on the near hash mark. Jack Caradori out there over it. Same guys in there on the offensive line. Unbalanced line to the wide side of the field for the Trojans. And now Bass comes back this way and resets to the short side. Bass will run it on a little counter. Turn the corner out there near a 1st down. I held my breath because I saw a hole.
Did you?
Yeah. But, you know, here's how it works in football. If it's not called, it didn't happen.
That's right.
And I saw it, or I thought I did.
All right, we got some momentum. 1st
down Trojans at the 26. This drive started at the St. James 11. 2:13 to go before halftime. St. James trying to hold the football. Mason Craig. Straight ahead. Is that Zakowski who got thrown down? No,
Tell you what, we need a
that's Yancey.
We need a quarterback keeper.
Yeah.
They ignored Mason Craig so bad that time. They didn't pay him any attention.
Just a little bootleg.
Yes, a little bootleg by the QB.
That's a loss of a couple. Second
Yeah.
down and 12. I'm with you.
And who did he hand it to?
Yancey.
Yancey. Thank you.
Loss of a couple. Yeah, the ball's right in the middle of the field. Yep, it's going to be second down. I'm going to call it 11. Craig hands under center, and here they come again. Linebackers just creeping up, and St. James is going to call a timeout.
Not a bad idea.
I'm going to catch my breath. We'll be back in 67. 60 seconds. Tigers lead 7-0.
Has an accident cramped your style? At Montgomery Paint and Body, we turn uh-oh into wow. Whether it's a tiny fender bender or total body repair, we'll have your ride looking stunning, maybe even better than before. When life throws a collision your way, count on us to smooth out the stress. We don't just fix cars. We treat every customer like family, because that's what the Turners are all about. From little fender benders to total body repair, visit Montgomery Paint and Body, East Shirley Lane on the East Boulevard, or call 27-REC. At Montgomery Paint and Body, your vehicle will be as good as new, maybe better.
Zaxby's is more than just a humble chicken joint. It's a humble chicken joint with the best sauces in the world. See, at Zaxby's, you don't just get their famous hand-breaded chicken fingers, fried to golden perfection with that flavor you know and love. At Zaxby's, you get the sauce. Dip, dunk, and drizzle with your choice of 12 different sauces like Zax sauce, Tum Torch, and hot honey mustard. So if you want a whole lot of sauce, you need to find yourself a Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Down in 12, right in the middle of the field, going toward the south end zone. And I think St. James is going to be called for jumping off sides, although Coach Ware is like, the guy jumped in the neutral zone. And now they are going to talk it over before they call it. Yep, illegal procedure on St. James. And now it's second and 16 or 17. And if you're playing the single wing offense, you do not have a play for second and 17.
Not unless you run that little pass play again.
Yeah.
It's the biggest hit of the night.
All right. See if the Trojans can cut the deficit in half here. Straight ahead. Running is Yancey.
Yeah.
Turning to the corner. Yancey's got running room. Yancey near the first down.
Nice.
We'll see where they mark it, but he's going to be very close. It's going to be 3rd and a yard, maybe. Yeah, the yard that makes the. It's going to be 3rd and half a yard. And St. James just running backs in there.
That was Yancey, huh?
Yeah, that was Yancey.
And the reason I keep asking is there's 4 backs in the backfield, including counting the quarterback.
Yeah.
And so you get this blur.
All right, let's see what the Trojans can do on 3rd and 1. Across the formation shifts Phillips. It's 2-down territory here. You're going to go for it on 4th down. First down by Yancey, I think. I think they'll give him forward progress, but maybe not. I'm looking where they're going to mark him. He tried to bounce it outside, and it's going to be 4th.
Dang.
I think you got to go here.
Yep.
It's not even a full yard. Right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's not even a
6:10 to go.
It's about a half a yard.
Yeah, it really is.
So not a bad choice right here.
You know, St. James center Caradori's not the biggest guy, and he's got 2 big boys lined up, but now you could sneak it. They've kind of moved. And we do, and it's the first down.
Easy.
Mason Craig, keep your hands on the football. Near the 10.
I think he got 4 yards.
Yep.
5-yard gain.
Ball at the 11. That was play 10 of this drive.
I was about to ask you.
Started with 11:39 to go in the quarter.
And that's another reason
5:40
I would go for it on 4th down because they've been out there a long time.
Been out there a long time. Literally, there's 5:40 to go. 6 minutes.
Keep grinding.
6-minute drive already for the Trojans. Mason Craig. Hand off. Sikowski, running room. Going to be thrown down, but he's going to be near the 5. We'll see right where they mark it.
7-yard gain.
2nd and 3. I know this. If there's a recliner back there in the locker room, Zakowski's got dibs on it.
He deserves it, man.
During halftime. Trojans back out over the ball, but the clock runs. Look at that play clock now. Mason, no reason to snap it in a hurry. The play clock down to 9. 2nd down and 3. Running on a little counter.
Oh, boy.
Phillips, not much.
They jammed that thing up so bad.
I'll give him to the 5. It's going to be 3rd and 2. All right. This will be play 13. The ball touches the 5-yard line. St. James will need the 3, so it'll be it's 3rd and 2, and you're going on 4th down, I think, here. I don't think there's any question. Craig, will he sneak it? No, he'll toss it to Zakowski, sprinting to the corner, fumbled the football.
No.
Did St. James get it?
There's a
Zakowski fumbled it. He's hurt, I think, too. Turned his ankle.
He got rocked.
Yeah. I don't know if the flag is holding. St. James recovered the ball, and it's going to be a 1st down if the play stands.
Towsey's got a guy limping.
Where'd they mark it?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. Oh, no.
Yeah, Zakowski.
That may be more than a. Oh, no.
We'll keep an eye on him. Oh, no, it's holding against the Trojans. So we'll get 3rd down back, but it's going to be way back because the Trojans recovered the fumble at about the 1. It's going to be all the way back to the 15. There's another big penalty.
That's the 5th penalty of the first half.
Can't afford penalties. I didn't give you that as the 4th thing, but this offense can't afford penalties. All right, the ball is at the 15. Keep an eye on Zakowski down there because I have no idea who'll play linebacker. No idea.
Yeah. 14th play.
He's played every meaningful snap at linebacker this season.
Excuse me, 15th play coming up. Is that right?
I've got 13. Like the last play didn't count.
That's right. You're right.
Penalty.
2 penalties on this drive.
All right. Craig is in the shotgun. They'll toss it again to Phillips, and he'll throw it and overthrown. And wide open was Dylan Hines in the end zone.
Yes, he was.
So it's 4th. St. James got a decision to make. It's 4th and 14, and, 3:19 to go before halftime. You get the ball to start the 2nd half.
Yeah, looks like they're going to kick.
Yeah. It'll be a 32-yard field goal for Hines. St. James might consider a timeout here. The play clock already down to 10.
Yeah,
look at Coach Ware. Now, I'm not sure anyone's looked at the play clock. Now they have. And got the timeout called, I believe. Yes.
Where's the side judge?
There was no side judge over here. You're right. He's trying to call the timeout.
Well, I saw him look up and down the sideline.
Oh, the side judge was already under the goal.
For the field goal.
Yeah. All right, so let's kind of set things for you. 3:19 before halftime, meaning St. James has held the football for 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
On this drive. And this will be play 14 the way I count. Now, I'm just saying I could have missed one.
Well, you're right. You're right. That's
I'm just saying I could have missed one.
Well, mine included 2 penalties.
I got you. Two penalty plays.
A 5-yarder and a 10-yarder. So 15 minus 2, or is this the 16th play?
This is the way I count it. This is 14. All right, I think they're taping Zakowski down there. We'll see. All right, this is a 32-yarder on the right hash. The snap was low, but I think it's good. Let's see. Long enough and no good wide left.
No good.
Wow.
It is no good.
Trojans still trail 7-0. Tallahassee will get the football at the 20. Okay, big possession.
Let's get a stop.
Trojans get the ball to start the second half.
I can promise you that defense doesn't want to come back on the field until the second half. Let's get a turnover.
Yeah. 3-14. Let's see who's playing linebacker. I think Yancey's playing linebacker for Zukowski.
Yeah, I see 13 out there.
All right, that quarterback's fast. Trent Morris wearing the wrong number. Morris now throws a little bubble screen. That's caught. Going to be near a first down. St. James finally gets him down. It's going to be a gain of about 7. Just a quick bubble screen out there. There's a flag in the middle of the field. That's where it should be holding. I don't think there's anything you can call against St. James behind the play. There we go. The white hat looks this way and asked if the Trojans want to take it. Ineligible receiver downfield.
Yeah.
Ineligible receiver downfield against Tallahassee.
10 yards.
I think it's 10.
Will be 5 yards.
Oh, 5 yards from the line of scrimmage.
So 5 from the
line of scrimmage.
Their second.
So it's first down. All right, ball back to the 15. 3:05 to go before halftime. We'll keep an eye on that. Tallahassee leads 7-0. Trojans had a chance, got a holding penalty down inside the 5. This one's going to be thrown long and
he caught.
I thought it was overthrown. Wow. A big pass from Morris. Wide receiver across the way. I think that was Gordon. Nope, not Gordon. He threw that a mile and kind of a stumbling diving catch. He extended himself so far that he got off balance.
That's why you
got the Trojan 38.
Got to have that pass rush, man.
2:51. Yeah, St. James, no pressure on him then. 2:51 before halftime. Trojans just can't give up a touchdown here. Man in motion across the formation. Dragged down in the backfield. What a nice play out there by Dylan Hines. They tossed it to Gordon in motion. They've run that play now 3 or 4 times. Sorry for the camera, folks, for those of you who are watching. We apologize. It's a loss of about 5, and the clock is running. St. James like to get out of here at 7-0. Ball on the hash mark across the way. Wide receivers this way.
Now you're going to throw it.
Yep. Back to pass. Morris looks this way. He's just running. Just a straight quarterback run. Get him down. Get that ball from him. They finally blow it dead. They're going to mark it at the 42. A pickup of only 3, and it's 3rd down. Tallassee's going to call timeout.
Did you see how he was holding that ball?
Yeah, barely.
Golly.
Now this is an interesting decision right here. Okay, their coaching staffs quickly called a timeout, and it's 3rd and 15 at the Trojan 42.
Mm-hmm.
1:49 to go,
and we got 1 timeout left.
St. James with a timeout left. Okay. Yes, and you look at it. Trojans hold them here, maybe get an incomplete pass. Mm-hmm. They've got to punt it away. Kind of surprises me a bit they didn't run this play, and if they made their first down, then think about taking the timeout. But that's why I'm up here, Brad, not down there.
Coach Brassfield.
No. At 66, we're way too old to change professions. I'm not really even a professional announcer, much less
no, you're
a
not.
Professional coach. All right, the ball in the middle of the field. Tallahassee call timeout. Let's reset for you. Tigers lead 7-0. 1:53 to play before halftime. St. James in man-to-man. Big cushion across the way for the man in the slot. They moved.
He moved early, I was going to say.
They're going to blow this one dead. literally the wide receiver is
right in front of the official.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest call ever.
He's 2 yards on the St. James side of the neutral zone with the ball snap.
And he decides to just run upfield.
And turn around and look at the official and go, well, what?
Me?
Why?
It's 5 yards from the official.
All right, the ball now back to the Trojan 47. St. James needs to stop right here. Just get the football, and you're not going to think trying to score from where you're going to get it at your own 10 or so. Trying to run the clock out, you get the ball to start the second half. Big play here. Back to pass is Morris. No rush at all by the Trojans. This one's thrown as far as he can throw it and overthrown. Grant Phillips on the coverage.
Man.
And it's 4th down. I mean, he literally threw the ball as far as he could.
But that was a duck.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my shotgun out.
Yeah, he
that thing fluttered and fluttered and fluttered.
Well, the one that was caught that gave him this good field position was just about the same thing. All right.
Okay.
Stop chatting, Sonny, and set the play. The ball's at the Trojan 47. It's 4th and 20. Alford stands at the 10. How about a snap over the punter's head?
Let's get a block.
St. James could come after it, but nowhere close, and he just punches this one. Going to hit it the 20 and offer to take it at about the 12. Made a man miss. Alford sidesteps the guy and goes down at the 26 wisely.
He almost got his face mask.
And the Trojans will have the football here. 1:35 to go before halftime, trailing 7-0. One big play by Tallahassee, a 55-yard touchdown pass.
Okay.
That was Morris to Roberts. Trojans with the ball on their own 26. Possession 4 for St. James. The last one, a 15-play possession where the Trojans missed a field goal. Rolling right to Craig. Be careful with the football. And that one's overthrown and incomplete. I didn't hold my breath. I said what I thought. But that stopped the clock. 1:30 to go. St. James just got to run the football. Punt it back. If you can't make first down, you get the ball to start the second half. Nice coverage by Tallahassee that time. Looking for Zakowski. On the sideline somewhere. He wasn't in on that defensive series. He's not in the backfield either. Yancey back there. Play clock's down to 0.
Flag card snap delayed game called against St. James.
I'm perplexed by that as well. Trojans weren't in a hurry, and this is coming off an incomplete pass. All right, the ball back to the 26. It's 2nd and 15 now. Tallahassee with at least one timeout left. I think just one. Ball on the Trojan 21. Mason Craig. Hands under center. Play clock down to 8 already. He fumbled the football and got back on it.
Football on the ground, falling upon by Craig. At the 21-yard.
Tallahassee calls timeout.
I bet they would.
Before he fails the game, it will be 3rd down timeout called by Tallahassee. 3rd and final.
That's their last timeout. We'll keep it right here. St. James just trying to get out of here at 7-0. The ball backed up, and it's 3rd and 15.
But putting themselves in a tough spot.
Yep. You can run the ball here. Trojans with a timeout left, so you can run it here and then let the play clock down to 1 and call timeout. That you still would have about 40 seconds to go, 45 maybe before halftime. Got to cover the punt then, and then Morris is going to throw the football.
Yes, he is, and he can sling it.
He can.
He's got a pretty decent arm.
All right, the ball on the Trojan 21. Tallahassee out of timeouts. St. James with one, I think.
Timeout. St. James 3rd down, 15 yards to go from their own 21.
got to keep this game one-score game to halftime. You know, with the offense the Trojans have, the way they're forced to run offense this year, just cannot get yourself in a big hole. Caradori over the ball. Straight ahead. Nothing.
Oh, my gosh.
Nothing. Get on the ground. Lost 3 or 4 yards, honestly. Got to figure out what you're going to do in the second half. If they're running in the gap between the guard and the center, just running in the A gap, and St. James hardly slowing them down. And not sure what the Trojans are going to do here. I guess they're going to call timeout right before the play clock goes to 0 because St. James is not really even in the huddle.
That's what I was thinking they would do.
But I would assume somebody's going to walk close to the side judge and call the timeout. Okay, they did. St. James called timeout.
39.
I tell you what,
your math was right.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is St. James football.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you or your family is a landowner, here is an important thing to know from On Point Habitat Management. The best way to improve the aesthetics and wildlife habitat quality of your property is with a prescribed fire burn. On Point's goal is to never send the landowner a bill, but to use funding available from the Department of Agriculture to accomplish the goals for your property. Consultations are free. Applications for the funding is free. Reach out to them at onpointhabitat@gmail.com.
All right, Hines gets his kick away. It's going to hit near the 50, and Tallahassee will get away from it. It'll bound near the 40, and the Tigers will start there.
That's about as good as you could have done it.
Yeah, absolutely.
41-yard line.
Absolutely. 26 seconds.
Okay. Nice punt.
They'll start at their own 42. All right, Trojans trying to get out of here. They get the ball to start the second half. I really don't see 30 on the sidelines anywhere. He's not out there either. Yancey's playing linebacker.
Yep.
All right, we'll see what Tallahassee elects to do with the football here with 26 seconds to go. My guess is he's going to throw it as far as he can 3 times.
That's what I'm thinking,
and
too.
if they're all incomplete, then they'll punt it.
They rounded off the clock. Okay, 30 seconds.
Huh? It was at 23, 26. Rolling this way, and now throwing back across his body.
Intercepted.
And is it intercepted? Who's got the football? I think Tallassee's got the ball. They do.
Tie to the receiver, right?
Yep. Long pass to the 32. The clock's running, or should be, down to 18 seconds. St. James got to cover better out there, just to be real honest about it. All right, clock running now.
15.
They'll spike the ball, and the clock runs to 12.9.
Now they're complaining about the clock.
I get it. I would be too, but all right, 12.9 seconds to go. If you can tackle the quarterback, the half will run out. If he throws an incomplete pass, you probably can get 2 plays off. Trojans trying to hang on here. Tallahassee with the ball at the St. James 32, trying to get to halftime, down only 7-0. St. James got to keep the play in front. Keep the play in front. Now, this one's thrown away. There's no one anywhere close, but the Trojans, did they intercept it? No, across the way. There's nobody close. not going to drop the flag, but only 5 seconds to go.
They're going to go for a field goal.
Yep, going to try a field goal.
Let's block it.
All right, let's see. This will be see where they put the tee. They're going to put the tee right down. There's Zukowski trying to go out there. I see him now. All right, they'll put this one down at the 29. It's a 39-yard field goal. Big play right here. Snap is low. The kick is low, and I think hooked. No good.
No good.
And that's the end of the first half. A 39-yard field goal, no good. And the Trojans will trail 7-0. The only points of the night, a 55-yard touchdown pass from Morris to his tight end Roberts with 11:39 to go before halftime. St. James then got the football on the ensuing kickoff and went on a 15-play drive, got the ball inside the 5-yard line, Tallahassee, and then had a holding penalty, had to try a 32-yard field goal that was wide left, and that was really the only threat on offense for St. James here in the first half. Tallahassee stacking the line of scrimmage, and St. James really struggling, especially in the second quarter with blocking the Tallahassee defense. Tallahassee shifting, taking out a defensive back and just playing with 5 down linemen out there. Someone head up on all 5 of the St. James interior linemen, making it very, very difficult for the Trojans to run the football. But through the first half of play, the Trojans just trail 7-0 and will get the ball to start the second half. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have the Trojan Spotlight as Alyssa Cantrell will have an interview here at St. James. So we'll be back in 2 minutes. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
Great smiles start at Montgomery Dentistry on Woodner Boulevard. Doctors Anderson, Robertson, and Bittner have over 55 years combined dental experience and are proud to be an active part of the St. James community. Montgomery Dentistry accepts most major dental insurance plans, voted best dental practice for 8 years in a row. Ask them about financing options to allow you to get your dental care now and pay later. Located on Woodmer Boulevard. Follow them on Facebook and visit them in montgomerydentistry.com.
A Regions checking account can help you take your next step in life by giving you smarter, more convenient ways to manage your money. Open a Regions checking account today and bank safely and securely in a branch, online, on your phone, or with a phone call. You'll also love conveniences like text alerts, Regions mobile deposit, and our new bill pay system. Ready to move your life forward? To open a Regions checking account today, visit a branch or log on to regions.com/open now. Regions Bank. Message and data fees may apply to mobile services. Mobile deposit subject to fees.
Hi, I'm Shelly Nichols. If you see home ownership in your future, the future is now. Helping people get mortgages is what I do at Cross Country Mortgage. I'll help you find the home financing option that's right for you. Go to my website at ccm.com/Shelly Nichols and follow me on social media. Contact me today at Cross Country Mortgage about a home loan. Equal housing opportunity, subject to credit approval, NMLS 430123, company NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is Judge J.C. Love in the Montgomery County Probate Court, wishing the St. James Trojans football team a winning and successful football season. Go Trojans. And while we're cheering for victory on the field, we're also protecting victories at home. Don't let property title fraud take away what you've worked so hard to build. Sign up today for the Probate Court's REACT program, the Real Estate Activity Alert and Contact Tool. It's free, it's fast, and it helps safeguard your property. Protect your property, protect your future. Learn more at www.reactnow.com. That's www.reactnow.com. Go Trojans.
Good evening and welcome to this week's Trojan Spotlight. I am thrilled to have Hannah Grace Griggs with us. Hannah Grace, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Okay, so we're doing alumni features at every football game during the halftime show, and I've been doing a mix of different, graduating years and whatnot. So tell me a little bit about when you graduated from St. James and what you've been doing since and what you're doing right now.
Yeah, so I started St. James in K5 and then graduated in 2021, which is crazy because that feels like yesterday. But then I went to college at Auburn. Always knew I wanted to go to Auburn. Graduated 2025 this past May. And now I am up in Birmingham at UAB in dental school. So
That's awesome. How do you feel St. James prepared you for kind of the journey you've taken since you
Mhm.
graduated?
Yeah, so I definitely felt academically prepared when I was at Auburn. But kind of more than that, like socially, I feel like at St. James I had the opportunity to get involved in a lot of different extracurricular things, whether that be like sports or academically. So that kind of like set the foundation and I would say like the passion for me to do the same thing at Auburn. But yeah.
That's amazing. You mentioned athletics, and both of my kids are involved in different sports, and about 65% of our students also compete in athletics. Tell me a little bit about the lessons that you feel like that instilled in you being a student athlete.
Yeah. Um, I think it's important to be, obviously school is important, but to be involved in more than just school, to have that community. Um, and for me, all of my coaches were amazing. And to just have them just like pour into you, I feel like they shaped me into a lot of who I am today. Um, Obviously learned so many lessons, hard work, all those things, commitment. But yeah, just to also learn how to go through adversity. And I feel like sports is a great avenue for that. But yeah, and just to gain community and friendships in a lot of different areas, with people I might have not become close with otherwise. But yeah.
Yeah, we talk a lot about managing through those challenges with our kids. And we talk a lot about playing the role that you have, like whatever role you're given on the team. If your role is if you're sitting on the bench for a season or for a game, then you better be the best cheerleader on the bench, or,
Yeah.
Whatever you do, play the role that you have.
Yeah. And I remember Coach Spartan, she would always say control the controllable, which is something I literally still think of all the time today. But yeah, wouldn't trade those years for anything.
I know you were an amazing athlete.
Thank you.
Let's see. So you're in dental school. How is that going?
Yes. It's been great. It's been a big adjustment. It's actually kind of been like going back to high school a little bit. I'm in school from 8 to 5, which was not how Auburn was, but it's been great. I've loved it. I have a class of 84 people, so it kind of is really like going back to high school. But yeah, kind of the same thing, just like having different people pour into you, which was something I, thought was important at St. James. But yeah, and just making sure that I have strong community to, kind of pull me if things get hard or things get tough. But a good support system for sure.
Yeah. I loved your friend group at St. James. So many of y'all went to Auburn together. A lot of you pledged together.
Yes.
I've loved watching the journey of y'all's community, your Trojan community travel and stay whole in a lot of ways. I think.
Yeah. Our grade is still so close. We hang out, like the girls and boys, probably at least a couple times a year with like Thanksgiving and Christmas, things like that. But yeah, our girl group is really tight still. We were all together in Auburn this weekend for the football game. We all tailgated together. But yeah, that's something that was really special for me, just to have a little piece of home kind of with me in Auburn. That was, a huge deal for sure.
Yeah, and I think I remember seeing a picture of you and is it Rachel Rice? Who is it that's at
Where was this?
Is
Where was
there a
the
picture of you and somebody at dental school together? No.
Willie Foley's in dental's in my class, Tyson Ely and Haley Jolly. Haley's a little bit older, but yeah, we're all four in the same class, which has been really cool.
That's
We were
awesome.
like, we need to send a picture to the alumni page.
Yes,
We
you
haven't gotten
do.
around to it yet, but we will.
Please do. So like of 84 kids in your dental
Yeah.
class, 4 from St. James.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah. Please do take a picture and send it in. Send it to me, or if you want to get it to me, I'll get it to Laura.
Perfect. Yeah, we need to do that for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. You come from a huge Auburn family, and
do.
your little brother Eli, who I'm very fond of,
Yes.
is at Auburn now. How have y'all loved kind of keeping that tradition too of, your family is so connected in and all being able to cheer for the same team?
Yeah, that was really a really special thing just to be, he's 2 years younger than me, so he got there when I was a junior. Yeah, yeah. So to be there in Auburn with him for 2 years was really special. But yeah, both my parents graduated from Auburn, so we kind of both knew that that's where we would end up. But yeah, just to be with him for 2 years was really special. Yeah, because after college, you really never know where you're going to end up. So those 2 years were special for sure. But right now, I'm not too far away from Auburn, so I go back sometimes to see him. But
that's good.
Yeah, he's doing well.
That's amazing. One of the big things that we've been doing the last 3 or 4 years, really probably since you graduated, is we've been talking to our students a lot about our core values: character, commitment, courage, and community. And those were introduced before you graduated. So I know, but we're putting a lot more emphasis on them these days. Can you talk a little bit about how St. James instilled values into you and how you've carried that forward?
Yeah, I think having like words to focus on, like you just said, I don't think those were around when I was there, but kind of if you focus on the smaller things, I feel like that helps you apply kind of those themes to bigger situations. So having those 4 words to kind of just lean back on. But yeah, I feel like St. James really instilled those things just by the faculty. I feel like they were all really encouraging and poured into me to kind of shape my character and like my commitment, all those things that you said, whether it be through academics or my coaches through sports. But yeah, having those older like mentors kind of shape you and which helped shape me into the person that I am. But yeah, I think that's really special that y'all do that. And yeah, I feel like having certain words that y'all say all the time, kind of like Trojans 24/7. When you say something,
still say that,
it sticks with you and helps you apply something like that to bigger situations.
Yeah, we still say that a lot.
Yeah.
And it still makes everybody kind of giggle, but it's stuck. So it works.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I said, like control the controllable, like once you come up with like a phrase or like a certain word that you kind of can just have in the back of your mind. Yeah, and just kind of pull out of your pocket when you need it for certain situations. I think that's special that y'all do that.
Yeah, we take great pride in, we're not just about educating the mind, but we're about educating the heart.
Yeah.
And I think, you were there starting in kindergarten. So, I mean, and you had everybody pour into you and nurture you all along the way. You know firsthand what it's like that, we didn't just focus on you as a student, but we focused on you as a person.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really special. And it's something you don't get everywhere. And I'm aware of that and very thankful for the experience that I did have at St. James because it's not the common thing probably, but
No.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I graduated from a small public high school in Texas, and we kind of had that. I think sometimes a smaller school gets you that
Yeah,
because
so
everybody
true.
knows everybody.
Mhm.
But it's something that we have, and we had, and I'm so thankful my kids are getting to experience that too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I think that's it for today. I'm so glad that you joined us and we got to catch up with you. I hope that you'll stop by,
Yeah.
next time. I know you're in town still some and
Oh yeah.
with your parents. So come by and see us and good luck at dental school and make sure you get a photo of all of y'all. We'd love that.
I will. Thanks so much for having me.
That's
This was
amazing. Well,
fun.
thanks so much and go Trojans.
Yeah, go Trojans.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble & Bumble. So even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
I'm Cliff Meidel, 2-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, My life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. We're a proud supporter of St. James football. Being a member of this community and knowing that these students are part of our community, we at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office would like to let you know that we support you this football season and we're here for you this football season.
If joint pain or athletic injury has you out of a game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Wessner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Wessner is a veteran and primary care sports medicine physician specializing in the primary care treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Visit Doctors Murphy and Wessner at Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
We're back here at Carlisle Field, St. James Marching Band entertaining after a very nice show from the Tallahassee Tiger Marching Band. We're about 8 minutes or so, 7.5 from kickoff. Trojans trail 7-0. Really a very evenly fought game and a big play, a 55-yard touchdown pass. The only points in the half. Both teams missed field goals, and really on their last 2 possessions, really the last 3 possessions, Tallahassee turned to throwing the football, and St. James going to have to make some adjustments to be able to cover their speed in open space. But, Brad, let's take a quick look at the St. James statistics from the first half.
Yeah, from the first half in the rushing department, Zakowski, the leader there, 8 carries, 38 yards, so about 4.5 yards a carry for Zakowski. Not bad at all. Mason Craig, 6 carries for 17. Yancey, 5 carries for 13 yards. Bass, 2 carries for 9 yards. And Grant Phillips, 2 carries for 5 yards. 23 total carries, 82 yards rushing. Not bad. And the passing, not much in the passing department. We pretty much 97% of the time kept it on the ground, but Phillips had a nice completion, one completion on 2 attempts, a 35-yard reception on a short pass to Mason Craig out of the backfield. So 26 offensive plays, 117 yards in the first half.
Well, and a couple of big penalties that really hurt St. James. Trojans, after Tallahassee had scored, Trojans answer by taking the football and starting on their own 11-yard line after a holding penalty on the kickoff or a block in the back on the kickoff. Trojans start on their own 11 and march the ball inside the 5-yard line, and on 4th down and about a half a yard, ran the ball outside, made the yardage. Zakowski fumbled. The Trojans recovered it on about the 1, but yet got a holding penalty and forced the Trojans to try a field goal that was no good. And that really was the only offensive drive of the game for St. James. But Trojans get the ball to start the second half. It's 7-0. Just got to find a little spark somehow, some way on offense.
Find that rhythm, and let's put together 8-10 yard play drive and go down and get on the scoreboard. Get that big goose egg off the scoreboard. So
yep 7-0. Brad, we were talking before the game started. This group of players, there are several seniors on this team, and they'll be honored next Friday night on senior night. But there's a bunch of young guys here at St. James playing football too, and thought we'd take a minute. I know you learned a little bit about that today and talk about the youth football league.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to just inform everybody. Had a conversation with St. James alumni and current parent Nigel Gunthorpe, and Nigel and I were talking right after work today, and he was telling me that they have formed some motivated parents have formed a River Region Youth Football League.
Wow.
And the league consists of 6 of the private schools in the area: St. James, Trinity, Montgomery Academy, Catholic, Prattville Christian, and Alabama Christian Academy. And the River Region Youth Football League, they've got what they're calling a AA team, which is the 3rd and 4th graders playing together, and a AAA team, which is the 5th and 6th graders. So it's kind of a way to work yourself up from playing flag football in 1st and 2nd grade to learning how to play tackle in 3rd and 4th. And so they're basically just trying to build these private school programs from the ground up. He would, appreciates us giving a plug because this is going to be a go forward thing with some definite momentum. I know that tomorrow I was asking him about, give me an idea of some scores recently. And he said St. James 34, Catholic nothing, the AA team, which would be your 3rd and 4th graders. And then the AAA team last week, St. James won 34-7 over Prattville Christian. The day of football, as we knew it all growing up here, is tomorrow. It's basically championship Saturday for youth football. And from 9 to 3 tomorrow at Trinity, they're going to have the day of football for this inaugural season of the River Region Football League. So you can find them on Instagram. If you're interested for more information for next season, you can find them on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media stuff. Tomorrow, Montgomery Catholic AA will play Montgomery Academy at 9 a.m. At 10:10 a.m., ACA plays Prattville Christian. That's a AAA game, which, again, is 5th and 6th graders. At 11:20, so it's bracketed. So at 11:20, the winner of Game 1 will play St. James. And then there's a 12:30 game where St. James will play, their AAA team will play Montgomery Catholic. So anyway, tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Trinity, day of football for the River Region Youth Football League.
Well, it sounds a lot like what head coach Jimmy Perry instilled here at St. James when he took over, way back in 2013 and said, we got to go back and get the kids. Because you look up here in the stands and there are way too many guys not playing.
Oh, absolutely. And there's way too many guys playing just one sport.
Yeah.
And you'll see, coach after coach, athletic recruiter after athletic recruiter saying multi-sport kids really succeed very well.
Those are the kids they recruit.
Exactly.
Okay. And for St. James, we've talked about it all year. Numbers down. If we go back 4 years ago, this team, won the state championship. Dressed almost 60 players on that championship day over in Auburn. And tonight, there's 31 out there.
Big swing. It's hard to practice with 31. It's hard to play JV games.
We didn't play a JV game all season.
Yeah.
You couldn't play a JV game, and you're saying it's hard. It's hard to practice. I watch the practices on Huddle. The team videos them, and the truth is, you can't hit.
Yeah.
The last time St. James really hit in practice was before the first game. The Trojans don't have enough guys to go at it. So this youth football league ought to help bolster the numbers. Now that's going to take a little while.
Yeah.
But this is a school that you love and I love. Neither one of us have kids here. We're doing this because we love the school, and our kids got a fabulous education here.
They sure did.
And so, if you're listening, you're looking for a place for your kids. At least Sonny Brassville and Brad Armagost will tell you, get yourself over here to Vaughn Road.
Absolutely. All of our kids have done extremely well in their post graduate education from primary, finishing St. James and going on and getting their undergrads and starting careers in law school. And you got one out of law school. I've got one in law school, and I got one who's a network engineer in Huntsville. And so this is a great place to get an education, build their confidence, build a great network of peers. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah, that's
right. That's what I tell my kids. And this is a great peer group of kids that are smart and well-behaved and care about each other and love each other and will just are going to do well.
Yeah.
So,
well, you got a chance to give us a score?
Yeah, we got some scores. So Handley 7-1. Handley 48-0 right now over Talladega.
Not a surprise.
Let's see. No score on Oak Grove. Nobody has posted, and we're very interested in the Oak Grove game if we can get out of this one. Let's see here. We got Montgomery Catholic 28, Greenville nothing. We got our score. Trinity 21, Wicksburg 7 right now.
That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah. Wicksburg's a pretty good team. Trying to see if anything else is posted. Now, I don't. Pike Road 28, Russell County 6.
That's also
how about that?
That's more than a bit of a surprise.
That's yeah.
Pike Road got a real strong football team.
No score on the BTW Bullock County game. Man, I got to find a score on that one. They got a Booker T. Washington 5-2 going up against Bullock County at 6-1.
We'll see if we can find that.
Yeah, I'll see if we can find that
as we play along. Both teams out here completed their warm-ups, and we'll be ready to go in about a couple of minutes. So I tell you what, we're going to take a 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll get a football in the air and see if the Trojans can get some offense moving. Tallahassee leads 7-0. We'll be back in 60. This is St. James football.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
From all the employees at Adams Drugs, we want to say thank you to those who already trust us with your health care and prescription needs. If you are looking for a pharmacy, we would like to invite you to visit our website, adamsdrugs.net, and find a location nearest to you. We have 12 locations in the River region with services such as wellness screenings, blood pressure checks, and compounding, just to name a few. Please come in and experience the Adams Drugs difference. We look forward to serving you and your family.
Oh.
Well, Mikkel Delbridge took the kickoff while we were out on commercial. I cut it a little too close, Brad. Returned it to the Trojan 22 or 23, and he got popped pretty good.
He got popped good.
Trojans will start there on what is perhaps the most important drive of the season. St. James trailing 7-0. Tallahassee found a way to throw the football pretty effectively in the second quarter, and don't think the Trojans are going to hold the Tigers to 0. Look at the front seven.
Yeah.
The linebackers running up straight ahead, nothing there. St. James got to get those guys out of there somehow. Loss of a couple of yards. Literally 6 down linemen on defense. Got to find a way to get those guys out of there. Nose of the ball now touches the 20 and the line to make the 32. So it's second down and 12.
Zukowski back out there.
Hands under center's Craig, and here they come again. Just running in the gaps. Craig rolling right, dumps it off there towards Zukowski. I think that's ought to be interference, but it's not. It'll be third down and 12. I'll tell you, they're just coming after St. James, just coming after them.
Yeah.
No real worry about the Trojans being able to throw the football. All right, big play for St. James. Here's we get started in the second half. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Got to give Craig time to throw the football. Guys in the A gap on both sides of the center and running hard at the snap. Trojans slow them down a little, and now Craig rolling to the sidelines. Going to get what he can. Let's see where they mark him.
It's closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and about 2. He got to the 30. I don't think you can go for it here. I think you got to punt this ball away. But this might be one of those things where Coach Ware says, you know what, let's go right here and take our chances. St. James's offensive lineman short. Max Ward came off. Play clock down to 10.
Yeah.
We're going for it. Trojans are still in the huddle. Going to have to call timeout.
Yeah.
I assume St. James called timeout. There's a flag down there, though.
Fourth down play timeout called by St. James. That's the first charge timeout of the second half.
White hat.
Yes, it's a big call. I mean, you're on your own 30-yard line.
Oh no, they're calling delay a game.
There was no timeout called. A delay of game was called before the timeout. It'll be fourth down and second.
Now the Trojans punt from their own 25.
Yeah, I think the confusion was over Max Ward.
Ward came
He
off.
was off because he looks like he's hurt, and now he's not a happy camper.
All right, the Trojans got to punt this baby away and cover this kick. Dangerous return guys out there for Tallahassee. Tyrese Cherry and Jaden Gordon, their leading rusher. Good snap. This one's going to hit.
There we go.
At the 45 and take a Trojan bounce.
Oh, man.
Turned out to be a nice punt.
Tell you what, I love a good punter and a field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Dylan Hines, I mean, it's like threading a needle, and he gets the ball all the way down to the 33. 32, yeah, 32. He's standing right on it. Man, what a
nice punt from the Trojans. 32, and the ball was on the 25. That's 57.
Yeah.
Means it's a 43-yard punt.
Nice.
That's the last time I'm doing math in public.
I didn't have my calculator
on live radio.
On live radio.
All right, let's see if the Trojans can hold serve here. 10:35 to go in the third. Run a little counter, nothing much there.
Nice.
Trojans with a nice defensive stop. A yard, maybe. Is Zakowski out there? Yep, he is. Limping a little bit.
Man, I tell you, Dylan Hines just refused to be blocked. Then
tell you what, he's come into his own these last couple of weeks.
He has.
Playing really good at defensive end. That's Knowles, Steenwinder, and Landon Wiggum, along with Hines at the defensive line. Henry Wright and Zakowski are the linebackers. It's second down and 9. Quarterback's going to roll right and tuck it up under, and the Trojans will hit him near the 35, and it'll be third down.
That was Zakowski, I think.
Yep, it was. A little slow to get up out there as Steenwinder as well. Max Ward was out there, but he comes off now, and Zakowski's going to come off as well. Andrew Yancey back out there.
Yep.
Zakowski just not able to cut on that ankle he injured in the first half.
Who came in for Max Ward? Was that Knowles or was that
it was Wiggum?
Wiggum. Yep. Landon.
All right, big play for the Trojans here. We're just getting started in the third quarter. Third down and 6. Back to pass and slinging this one long and caught for the first down. Now, that's just a nice throw all the way across the field. Converting on 3rd and 6 out to the 48 or so of Tallahassee. That's just a deep curl pattern.
Yep.
The ball's on the near hash, and he throws it at the numbers across the field, pickup of about 15 or so.
And
So
honestly, Darian Williams did a good job wrapping him up.
Yeah.
But it was just a great throw and a catch. And
pretty good coverage, honestly. All right, the ball at the 48 for Tallahassee. Quarterback's going to keep it on a little counter. Got running room out there. Bumped him out of bounds, but he's going to get across the midfield to the 45. Zakowski giving chase out there, but on that bum ankle, he just couldn't get there.
7 yard gain, second down.
Max Ward back in. Steenwinder's going to get a little break. 8:14 to go. Trojans trail 7-0. Yep. Got to get the football back. The quarterback's Morris for Tallahassee. A man in motion across the formation. Trojans adjust in the secondary a little bit.
Yeah, I
think they moved.
Yeah.
Before they snapped it. So that's going to be a penalty against the Tigers, and it'll be second about 7.
Okay, come on, St. James.
I'll make a stop here on second down, force another passing situation on third. I think what we're going to see is Zukowski's out there on running situations, and then they're going to bring Yancey in on third downs. That appears to be what they're doing. Yeah, the ball's right at midfield. Blitz for the Trojans coming outside, chasing the quarterback. Got there a smidge late.
Man.
That one is, did he catch that ball with one hand?
He caught that ball with one hand.
Holy cow.
And if the quarterback had hesitated a half a second more, Dylan Hines was about to decleat him.
Well, and that
God,
pass
what a
was
catch.
a wounded duck. The receiver came back and then went up with one hand.
One hand.
All the way down to the Trojan 20. 7:47.
Dang.
I'd like for St. James to have played this Tallahassee team in the first 4 games when Morris had a cast on his hand and couldn't play quarterback.
Yeah.
But he is the difference right now.
He
There's no
is.
question about that. Ball at the 20. Morris on a slant. Knocked loose. They're going to call that a fumble or incomplete. They're going to call it incomplete. All right. A little slant. Trojans thought maybe that one was caught, but was not. So it'll be
close.
second down and 10.
It was real close.
Nice play out there in the secondary. I think that might have been Catchings that hit him. And if you're watching on Facebook, I'm sorry. I'm moving the camera has not been my highest priority. I apologize. All right, the ball on the Trojan 20. 7:20 to go in the quarter. Running straight ahead. Nothing for the Trojans defense.
Nice.
Henry Wright on the stop. You know, running the football, St. James has played pretty good defense. They really have. They just really not had an answer out in space for the Tallahassee receiver.
And those passes are crisp and on the mark, and the receivers are making great catches.
All right, it's third down and 10 from the 20. From here, it's a 47-yard field goal. Excuse me, 37-yard field goal. All right, Morris is in the gun, running back to his right. And here comes St. James on the blitz again. You're not going to get there. And a little curl pattern over the middle. If St. James doesn't get him down, it's a touchdown. It's a 20-yard touchdown pass on third and 10. Just a little drag
shallow
underneath.
cross.
Yeah, that's a shallow cross with a deep cross behind it the other direction.
Yeah, I think Jason Isbell had a song, some lyrics in one of his songs about a
shallow cross.
Shallow cross. They're
Well-
going to a football game and watching the game, and dadgum, those rascals run a shallow cross.
Well, that was a deep cross behind it to pull in the safety out, and then the shallow cross
That's
was across the
exactly what
middle.
happened. That's
Safety's not.
He blocked
Trojans
it. He
blocked the
blocked
extra
it.
point. Don't try to pick it up and get hurt.
Can't advance it in high school football.
All right, the extra point's blocked. Tallahassee leads 13-0. 6:25 to go in the third. The Trojans will get the ball when we come back. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
All aboard for Healthy Smiles. At Dentistry for Children, they love to make kids smile. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Thomas specialize in pediatric dentistry, treating infants, children, and patients with special needs. You can trust Dentistry for Children to provide the highest quality care for children of all ages. Beautiful smiles begin at Dentistry for Children. Call today to make your appointment with their professional caring staff. Dentistry for Children in Montgomery and Wetumpka, proudly making kids smile for over 40 years.
Nothing gets your attention like the pain you get when it hurts to walk. When you have that pain, reach out to Southern Specialty Physicians. Dr. Brian Sellers is a board-certified vascular surgeon with over 15 years of experience. And Dr. Brandon McCullum is an experienced podiatrist. Southern Specialty Physicians are working to keep Alabama walking. Located across from the AUM Water Tower on Sydney Curve and online at ssp.care.
Delbridge takes the kickoff on the run, across the 30 to about the 34, and he's down there. And St. James will start possession number 2. 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. And nice punt by Hines, but Tigers went 68 yards in 8 plays, scoring on a 20-yard pass on 3rd and 10. Trojans with the ball now on their own 35, desperately needing a little offense here. Mason Craig hands under center. Just had a difficult time getting enough time to throw all night long. They hand the ball off to Bass. Made a couple of guys miss, and he's going to be near the 44, near a first down. Much better success running outside because of the way they're playing defense. Basically a guy in both A gaps, a guy in both B gaps. If you can just block them down and pin them, you can get outside. That's what the Trojans did there in this 2nd and a yard. 5:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Trojans down 13-0. Just a tall sweep. Zakowski sprinting to the corner, and he got the first down.
Got it.
That's just on guts. I mean, that's it. Just on guts.
Just a gutsy kid, man.
Ankle problems. Not really concerned about it.
No, he's not.
Isaac Caputo brings a play in for the Trojans. Same guys up front. Been there all night.
You know, Bass has that nifty little spin move.
Yeah.
And so does Zakowski. They feel the pressure and just spin it.
First down from the 49. Zakowski is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and was wise in getting down. Can't run the counter. Can't pull. Pull somebody. They're running in the gap.
Yep.
Just can't. Got to stay away from anything that gives an open gap for these big guys to run in. Loss of, back to the line of scrimmage somehow.
I'd like to see us attack the perimeter a little bit. Yeah, I think we've had some good outside run plays.
All right, play clock's down to 10. Trojans slow getting out of the huddle, slow getting the play call.
Yeah, I know we're down to 5 now. Got to go.
Snapped it just in time. Craig chased out of the pocket. He can't do that. There's no one anywhere close. But they are going to say that's a incomplete pass. He was outside the tackle box.
Yeah, he was. Just nobody in the area.
Yeah. But outside the tackle box. Yeah. They continue to talk about it. The play clock's running.
Yep.
Now they're going to throw the flag.
Yep.
Not sure about that.
So it's not an or, it's an and. You got to check both the boxes, huh?
Or they flag on the play, intentional ground, and the was called.
It's a loss of down, too.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty from the spot and a loss of down. It'll be 3rd down and longer.
It's a hard one to come over.
Yeah, it really is.
Hard to get around that, man.
It's 3rd and 25.
You got to come up with a magic play.
Got to give your defense reason to play, even though your defense is your offense. Same guys. All right. See what the Trojans dial up here. Look at the safeties. They're 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. They just throw a little swing pass out there to Bass, and he picked up maybe 5 yards or so. I'm not so sure that wasn't a lateral, but counted as a pass. Trojans going to punt it away. Did make one first down. A punt from the 42. All right, got to cover this kick. 3:48 to go. Trojans trail 13-0. 2 touchdown passes by Trent Morris, the quarterback from Tallahassee. Wow,
nice.
What a nice kick over the head of the Tallahassee return guys. It's going to hit and bound down to the 15-yard line.
Down at the 16-yard line. First down.
Tallahassee will take over there. 3:23 to go in the third. Mark it on the 15.
You got a score update. I guess it's the Battle of Bullitt County.
Yep.
Maybe. Booker T. Washington 12, Bullitt County 12.
Well, I've got it here on NFHS.
You got a better score?
No. Can't tell what's going on, though, on my phone. All right, first down, Tallahassee. Back to passes Morris. He's going to throw it as far as he can. Now he's going to pull it down and sprint to the sidelines, and Henry Wright's going to chase him. Max Ward came tumbling across the formation. He's got a hurt knee. See where they mark him, a couple of yards. Now, I think they're willing to just throw the ball as far as they can. Every play.
Yeah.
St. James not able to get any pressure.
Well, yeah, we hadn't gotten to the quarterback all night. Well, that one time Dylan Hines did. Put some pressure.
2:42 to go in the third. Running off left guard. Trojans have it defended fairly well. It's going to be third down and 3.
Steenwinder just missed him. Just missed him for TFL. No, that was Knowles. Excuse me. No, I thought that said 57. That says 87. He just missed. Dang.
Trojans only 10 men on the field. Unless I'm miscounting.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
All right.
Jordan Williams coming on the field, a freshman.
Pass is completed, but going to be down short of
How about that?
the first down.
How about that?
Nice play defensively across the way. I think that's Henry Wright on
Henry,
the stop.
yes. That's who I thought it was. That's a good defense right there. Oh, somebody's down hurt. I cannot tell who it is.
Somebody in a yellow helmet.
Yeah, it's a Tallahassee player.
1:54 to go. St. James has made a stop. You know, Trojans blocked the extra point. Just saying. Of course, you got to get 2 touchdowns for that to matter.
Yeah.
The problem with this Bullitt County game, trying to figure out what's going on, the school board says nothing to nothing, which we know is not true. Now, the school board is just not working. Not that the Bullitt County score impacts us at all.
I know.
So, all right. Benton Alford stands at the 50. Trojan defense made a stop there. Punted away. Alford's going to call a fair catch and catch it at the 47. So St. James, good field position here.
All right.
I would say it's not now or never, but it's now.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get some points on the board. Even if you can get a field goal, but you're still only going to get it maybe 3 times between now and the end of the game. And this is one of those times where you got to get something.
You've only got 48 yards to go. So this is, unless you get a turnover, this is about as good as it's going to be. St. James got to get some yardage on first down. Got to get yardage on first down. Got to get to the line of scrimmage faster. Craig hands it off to Yancey and back to the line of scrimmage. We are not having great luck trying to block them running straight ahead.
No.
I mean, we're just not.
Pretty tough trying to block 17 and 33 and number 1. He's done a good job sealing the edge most of the night for Tallahassee.
All right. Second down and 10. Trojans run a little counter and block nobody. Get on the ground, Grant. Get on the ground. I mean, hardly slowed anybody up, just to be honest with you.
And lost 5 yards.
Yeah. Just just not able to slow them down up front. And Tallahassee has no fear of the St. James passing game.
No. Probably got to do that this time, though.
Well, if you can give him time to throw. Isaac Caputo here, the short side of the field. Ball on the near hash mark. Play clock at 3. Got the playoff. Craig is going to be dropped
just blew it
way
up.
back.
Further in the backfield. Children with the stop.
Near the 40. St. James will lose about 12 yards on those 3 plays.
Third quarter.
But that is the end of the third quarter. No basket case tonight. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll be right back. Trojans trail 13-0. This is St. James football.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, the staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing. Or, my teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great. If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com. A fire can spread through your home or business in less than 2 minutes. That's why it's important to think ahead and have the proper fire protection installed before it's needed. Brendel Sprinkler Company can inspect your current system and help make sure that you have the proper equipment when it's needed. Brendel works in new construction, existing homes, and renovations. They not only want to help extinguish fires, they want to save lives. Since 1960, with over 5,000 successful installations. Find them online at brendelsprinkler.com.
Hines will boot it. He stands at his own 26 after this series started at the Tallahassee 42. The 48. This kick is going to bound inside the 10, down near the 6.
What a punt.
That's 46. That's going to be about a 60-yard punt there.
Man. I don't know why the Tallahassee guy didn't catch the ball.
Nah.
Signal fair catch.
Signal fair catch and then got away from it. And he kicked it so far, there was really nobody there for the Trojans. The ball's at the 6. Let's see if the Trojans can get a turnover right here.
Good, really good place to have a turnover.
They're in the pistol formation now. Morris stands at the goal line. Run off right guard. Trojans smell it pretty well, but miss a tackle. Picks up about 3 or 4. Yeah, out to the 8. So really only 2.
2 yards, yeah.
Just starting the fourth quarter, if you're just joining us. Tallahassee leads St. James 13-0 on the strength of 2 beautifully thrown touchdown passes. The quarterback, Trent Morris, is not a big guy, but he has thrown the ball very, very well tonight. Trojans have not been able to get any pressure on him at all. 2nd down and 8. Little slant there. That's going to be a touchdown, I'm afraid.
There you go.
Nice. Did Zakowski catch him from behind and tackle him?
Yeah.
He did.
He's not getting up
Wow. I mean, what a doggone football player.
there. Man. I'm talking about he caught his heel.
Yeah.
Reached out, running full speed, and now he's limping off the field because he literally gave it all he had right then.
All the way out to the 35.
Just gotta take a breath. And
all right, Trojans got to play some defense here. Running off left tackle. Hit near the line of scrimmage. Not much. A couple of yards. Bottom of the pile is Yancey. Andrew Yancey's out there for Zakowski. Got a little more than I thought. Maybe 3. 2nd down and 7. Keep an eye on the clock. Trojans need 2 scores. This drive started at the 6. I'll tell you what, a quarterback who can throw, who never has any pressure on him, not much you can do about it. Straight ahead again. They're just running the ball downhill now. Not much, a couple, and it's going to be 3rd and 5, and Zakowski's going to limp back out there. All right, the ball in the middle of the field at the 41, the line to make the 45. So it'll be 3rd down and 4. Trojans need to make a big stop, 9:30 to go. Make sure you join us next Friday night for senior night. It'll be St. James and Munford. We'll get things started at 6:15 with the pregame show. I'm sorry you've been watching a bare end zone for 5 plays. Quarterback sprinting out there. Trojans miss a couple of tackles, but he got hit then. He's going to be short.
I think Dylan Hines got him.
Wow. You see the note on the Facebook page?
No, it wasn't
from Kathy Brasfield, watching from Ladam's. What's the score?
Oh gosh.
I'm supposed to give the score every minute or so. All right, Tallahassee going to go for it here on 4th and a couple. Out in the middle of the field, leading St. James 13-0. But no, they're trying to draw St. James off. They did this in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, up 2 scores. I don't think you risk it here,
I don't
and
know
they
why
don't.
you would.
Yeah, you wouldn't risk it here. You'd be, quite honestly, that'd be way too reckless, as well as the Tallahassee defense has played.
The risk reward ratio doesn't quite.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Equate right there.
Doesn't make much sense. And I will once again reiterate, I'm not a football coach, but that I can figure out.
Hanley 54, Talladega 0.
The last I looked, W.S. Neal was tied with Jackson. Jackson won the state championship 100-0 last year. I'm exaggerating, but only a little. I think 72-0. And then they got beat 2 weeks ago. They're not even going to win the region championship.
Wow.
All right, this kick is low, and Offer's going to get away from it. It'll take a St. James bounce, and the Trojans on possession. This will be possession 4 of the second half. Start on their own 30. One first down here in the second half.
Officially going to put it on the 29.
Okay. I would say to you, 8:22 to go. This has to be a drive. You score a touchdown.
This is
just has to be. With this methodical St. James offense, just has to be the drive that you score. All right, Trojans on the 29, still in the wing tee. Craig calls for it. Sprinting toward the corner is Grant Phillips. He's getting 2 or 3 drug tacklers with him. Or is it dragged? He dragged tacklers. I think that's right.
Or did he drug?
I said drug, but I think it's dragged.
I think it's dragged.
I think it's dragged.
Sounds better.
Yeah. To the 33.
4 yards.
Get 4 yards on first down. We talked about that. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. So quickly play.
We got less than 8 minutes to go in this game.
Yep. Mason Craig, hands under center this time. Straight ahead, running is Zakowski. Diving, mark it right, and that's a first down, St. James.
41.
Trojans cross the 40. Got to bounce around a little faster, though. First down, Trojans, second one of the second half, trailing 13-0. Once again, I apologize for the camera work. We had some technical difficulties with the real cameraman. We'll have that figured out by next week, too. All right, Craig's in the shotgun, still in the wing tee, and here they come. There are 8 guys in the box. Trojans with a little counter.
Beautiful.
Ford Bass is going to drive near the first down.
I like
See if
that.
they give it to him. That's the little crisscross handoff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but about 10 years ago, one of the Sadie brothers ran for a touchdown against Trinity on the first play of the
Now,
game.
I got dizzy watching it. Who ended up carrying the ball?
Ford Bass.
Bass. There he is right there.
First down Trojans across the 50 at the 49.
An 8-yard carry. That was nice.
6:45. Trojans got to get in a little more of a hurry. Grant Phillips is going to complete a pass out here to Dylan Hines. Phillips was in the tailback position. Quarterback Craig tossed it to him. Looked like a
I think Hines was hurt.
Yeah, I think Hines may be down. He caught that ball and may have twisted a bit. But Phillips took the toss and then fired it over the head of the defenders. Tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back. Trojans trail 13-0. This is St. James football.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these three words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
All right, Hines up and off on his own power. He was cramping, but all the way across the way, it was hard to tell for sure. First down Trojans at the Tallahassee on the 36. Check the clock, 6:28. I think Hines went out of bounds, so the clock stopped. Trojans got to get one here. Just absolutely no question, have to get one here. Mason Craig in the shotgun, two backs behind him. Knowles in the wing. Rolling to his right. Chase dumps this one off. It's caught.
Nice
out
job.
there. That's Jordan Williams.
Jordan
That's
Williams.
another freshman making a catch out there.
Freshman tight end.
Pick up about 5. Now, he's a guy that Trojans will rely on next year. Listed at 6'5", 190. He'll have another year to grow. Nice catch out there, too. First one, I think, that's been thrown to him all season. First time he's been targeted. Trojans with the ball at the 30. Keeping my eye on the clock inside 6 minutes. Here they come, too. Look at the linebackers. Toss it outside. Sprinting to the corner is Zakowski. Makes a cut out there. Going to be short of the first down. It'll be third near the 32.
You mark down to 27. That'll be third down and
Conrad Miller
a yard.
and Ford Bass into the game. No, the ball's at the 27. Need to get it to the 26. So it's just third and a yard.
3 carries for Zakowski tonight, 54 yards from 12 carries.
Got to get out the huddle, gentlemen. Play
Come
clock's
on,
at 10.
guys. Got to go.
Hurry, a little confusion. Call timeout or something. Missed the fumble. We fumbled the ball on the snap. I think we had to delay a game.
Yeah.
And that,
I thought maybe we had a procedure, too. We got to get out of the huddle quicker.
They'll talk it over. St. James did recover the fumble, but I think they blew the play dead. Dead ball, they did. Yeah, got to get the play in. We're under 5 minutes to go now.
5 yards, third down now.
You're in a place where you're just about, you got to score on this possession. You're going to have to try an onside kick. Almost certainly. If you can get this one in somehow. All right, third down and 6 now after the Trojans get another untimely penalty. Knowles shifts back. Here comes a blitz.
Oh,
St. James fumbled the
again.
football, and I think Tallahassee got it.
I don't even know what happened. It's like it was a half of a snap.
The Trojans were in in the shotgun, and I don't know if the snap may have hit the guard, hit the center's leg. I'm not sure. But the Trojans had a nice drive there, but fumbled it away. And Tallahassee, 1st and 10 at the 32. Check the time, 4:48 to go. A couple of first downs, and that'll just about do it, I think. Again, next Friday night, it'll be senior night here on the campus of St. James. They run a little toss sweep. Trojans have it defended. Knife him down. Darian Williams made a nice
job,
tackle. And was very lucky he didn't get a penalty for standing over.
Standing over him, yeah. Taunting.
Yeah. That's one of those. Well, I'm going to be quiet. It's funny. This morning, last week there was something you weren't with us in Heflin where I said I'm going to be quiet, and then I said no, I'm not, and I said what I was thinking. And one of the coaches this morning said, "Hey, we listened to your broadcast, and you said you weren't going to say something, and then you said it anyway." So I had something to say about what just happened, but I didn't say it. So, all right, 2nd down and 12. They'll run. Tallahassee will run the ball again. They're just content to run the football, I think. Really not really afraid of the St. James offense. Not afraid to give the ball back, I don't think. 3:48. Clock runs. 3rd down and 8.
8, okay.
I think they'll run the ball again. They're just trying to keep the clock running. Jeff Corley down there still giving signals, still working hard. St. James defensive coordinator. All right, the ball at the 34, and they need to get it to the 43. So we'll call it 3rd and 8, closer to 9.
Yeah,
They blow this one dead, I think.
I think the clock was about to expire.
They call timeout. I hadn't stopped to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 seniors on this team, Brad.
I know.
You start doing some math. Dressed 31 tonight. Now you got 2 guys injured, both who are underclassmen. So that's 33. Let's just say that. 12 seniors. It's 21.
I know.
Some of those guys down there by the fence.
Yeah, I know.
Got to play.
Need to play.
St. James did have an excellent middle school football team, but with a bunch of really good 8th graders. But you don't want those guys out there next year as 9th graders.
No.
We'll have the chance next Friday night to honor these seniors. We'll do that, especially during the pregame. We'll talk about the seniors for the Trojans individually. Quarterback's going to run it near the 1st down, but Dylan Hines will square him up and stop him, and it'll be 4th down. Trojans call timeout. 3:04 to go. Still playing hard out there, doggone it. Tell you what, we're going to take a 30-second break. Just a quick 30-second stop. Trojans trail 13-0.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
All right, Tallahassee set to punt it away.
Actually, kind of 4th down and a long 2 yards to go. Punt off.
This is the 4th possession of the second half, and Tallahassee's punted 3 times. Offered.
Go for it.
We called fair catch.
Yeah, I know. It was actually a good thing because
there were 2 guys bearing down on it.
They were just going to crush them.
And I kind of cringed myself because I didn't see the fair catch signal. All right, Trojans start on their own 36. Let me peek at the clock. 2:57 to go. Trailing 13-0. They've played pretty good defense here in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Grant
really
Phillips
have.
is 3 for 4 passing.
As a tailback.
54 yards as a tailback.
Mason Craig rolling to give himself some time. Firing in and out of the hands of Phillips.
Little too hot.
Yep.
Pass intended for Phillips, incomplete and out of
That
bounds.
stops the clock. It'll be 2nd and 10. Rolled him out that time, gave him some time to throw.
And you give him a choice, too, if he wants to run.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pull the protection out with him, but
you just seal that end out there and
Yeah.
let him sprint and get outside him. And then somebody has to yell real loud if there's somebody behind him coming.
yeah, fire.
Yeah.
Watch out.
All right. Nothing there, but now he'll run for it. Mason Craig sprinting across the way. He'll pick up about 7, and it'll be 3rd down. That keeps the clock running. Trojans got to hustle back. 2:40. They'll mark him at the 43, so it's 3rd and 4. I think St. James will go for it here. Craig back to pass. Fired. Caught. Or was it dropped? I think it was dropped. Couldn't hold on to it. It's 4th down. I think St. James will go here.
Gotta go for it.
13-0, 2:27 to go. 13 seniors. Missed one in my count. Tell you what I hadn't done. Hadn't moved the camera either. All right. Last play offensively for the Trojans if you don't convert here. Craig throws it high, but it's caught.
Yes.
Across the way.
Yes. Down to the 45.
That's caught by Alford. 1st down Trojans. St. James hustling to the line of scrimmage. Clock hadn't started yet. Trojans going to try to spike it, I guess. They do. 2:18. So we'll catch our breath here and tell you where the ball is. The ball's at the 45 of the Tigers. It'll be 2nd and 10, St. James, with 2:18 to go. Trojans trailing by 13-0. Andrew Shaleta this way, along with Luke Catchings. Across the way, Grant Phillips and Benton Alford. Craig back. No time. Chased out of the pocket. Hit from behind. Fumble the football. May have bounced right back to him. Actually, they called him down. Clock continues to run. Inside 2 minutes now. St. James receivers were all the way downfield. Clock runs. It's 3rd down now because St. James spiked it on 1st down.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and about 15. Rolling this way. Throwing it as far as he can. And almost caught by Grant Phillips. The Trojans
pretty good
asking for
defense,
interference, but it was not. That was pretty good defense out there.
That's pretty good.
There's a flag in the backfield. I watched to see whether or not it was holding or something else. As soon as he threw the ball, I turned and looked the other way. I think they're talking to the Tallahassee coaches, so it must be roughing the passer.
15 yards, automatic 1st down?
Yep. I think it is an automatic 1st down. Yeah, it is. All right, 1:31 to go. Trojans stay alive. The ball at the 31-yard line.
St. James driven 1st down.
Got a new set of downs, new life. Here comes Tallahassee blitzing on the outside again. Here they come. Craig sprinting to the outside, throws it straight to the defender, and that was intercepted.
Pass is incomplete.
Oh, he dropped it.
Oh, it was out of bounds. Okay.
Yep.
That's all the way across over there.
It's hard to say.
I'm using 66-year-old eyes, just so you know.
Well, it definitely hit him in the hands. I saw that much.
1:24 to go. Just need a play, just a play. Then you got a chance to try to get an onside kick. Again, as we said, we'll join you. This one's thrown deep, and is that one intercepted, or did that ball bounce loose? St. James caught it. Touchdown,
Did he
Grant
take it from
Phillips.
him?
Now, is that Phillips? It is.
Oh, my gosh.
A TD pass to Phillips. I think he took the ball from him.
I think he took the ball from him.
35 yards.
How about that?
From Mason Craig to Grant Phillips, and it's 13-6 with 1:14 to go. Well,
well, what do you know, man? What do you know? Crazier
All
things
right.
have happened.
Dylan Hines got to kick this extra point.
He literally just took it from him.
Snap's good. And it's kind of punched through, I think.
Yeah.
And it's 13-7. Well. That's a 64-yard touchdown drive in what I count to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays. Might have missed one, but
score.
That was a 9-play, 64-yard drive, 36-yard touchdown.
well, we haven't seen an onside kick this season.
Took a minute 43 off the clock.
So might as well.
Might as well.
Might as well. Hines will boot it for sure. I guess if you're watching on Facebook, you'd like to see it. Remember, the ball's got to go 10 yards, and Tallahassee got their hands team up here. And just one of those where Trojans need the ball to bounce up where they can cover it. Recover it here, and you've got a little life. 1:14 to go. Trojans trying an onside kick after a 35-yard touchdown pass. Tallahassee will call a timeout to make sure they align right. Tallahassee covers this; they can kneel it out.
So you've watched the huddle.
Yes.
Have you watched them practice this?
Yes. He's going to try to kick the.
I was going to say, what style does he?
He's going to try to kick the one that he hits the top of the ball, and it takes a hop, a regular hop, and then the second time takes the big high hop. That's the plan. In college football now, the trend is what they call the watermelon, where you lay the ball flat
And
sideways
curl.
on
Yeah.
the tee, and then you kick one side of it, and it spins like a top across the ground. I haven't seen that.
And what are the odds? 10%?
Oh, I don't even think it's 10.
Not even 10.
Probably 3 or 4% of the time you get one covered. But now the Trojans have changed the alignment. They're going to boot it the other way, I think.
Yep.
Hines was before the timeout on the.
After the Tiger timeout,
He was on the hash mark across the way. Now he's on the hash mark on this side. Oh, and a little trickeration, but they cover it. Hines was never going to kick it.
That was pretty clever.
That was it was kicked by Ford Bass, but it was covered by Tallahassee, and they can kneel it out, I think.
Yeah.
Unless they fumble the snap. Tallahassee has the ball at midfield. You're going to lose a game where you gave up a touchdown in the second half, and the team you're playing made 2 first downs in the second half.
I know.
They made 2 first downs. Long pass. Trojans get the quarterback down. I think that'll be enough. I don't think St. James has got a timeout left. Pickup of about 6 or 7.
Who called timeout?
Yeah, St.
Okay.
James did have a timeout, I suppose. We'll keep it here. Again, next Friday night, 6:15, we'll get things going here at Carlisle Field on what will be the last game of the season. It's been a long time since we knew when the last game of the season would be played. Because when you make the playoffs, you don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Coach Jimmy Perry's second year, 2014, was the last time St. James missed the playoffs. Have been to the playoffs 11 straight years.
Wow.
And that year, St. James missed the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
They led Ashford on the road 19-0 at halftime and lost 20-19. Yeah. Fumbled a couple of times. The lady at La Dame who said they were watching it and wanted to know the score, she's now saying, why does my husband have all this useless knowledge in his head? That's going to be a first down. St. James will use their last timeout. 49 seconds to go. We had to broadcast that night on the home side, outside. We couldn't get in the press box, and there was no power on the visitor side. And in the first half, all those people from Ashford who could hear us broadcasting, they were not enjoying the Sonny Brassfield call of the game. And in the second half, they all got up there like around us, But my buddy Mike Ely, who may be listening, was spotting and doing the stats.
Oh, my gosh.
Just one of those.
That was back when Mike was worried that Tyson was going to be too small.
Yeah.
And by the time he was a senior, he was 6'2".
Yeah, that's right. Either if we did an all-time St. James team, either Tyson or Shaw Woodson would be the snapper.
Yeah.
Two opposites, guys. Shaw snapped in the 9th grade at about 120 pounds, and Tallahassee has taken the knee, and they will have to snap it one more time. Tigers are going to win 13-7, and they will advance to the playoffs, and St. James season will end next Friday night. Tell you what, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds, and we'll wrap it up for you. This is St. James football on WRBC.
When most people think of landscaping, they picture a few shrubs and a patch of grass. But at Tanner Landscaping, we transform spaces into lush, vibrant paradises. Based in Pike Road, our family-owned business specializes in both residential and commercial landscaping and irrigation. Our talented team is dedicated to making your landscape dreams come true. Find us on Facebook at Tanner Landscaping, LLC. We are proud supporters of St. James football. Go Trojans.
When a sports injury has you sidelined, Baptist Ortho Now offers comprehensive orthopedic care with no appointment from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with board-certified specialists treating injuries and expert physical therapists administering everything from sports medicine to everyday recovery treatment. Baptist Ortho Now, getting you off the bench and back in the action. East Chase across from Target.
Well, we're back here at Carlisle Field. Trojans drop game 7 of the year. This one tonight, 13-7 to Tallahassee. A hard-fought football game where the Trojans just had a very, very difficult time moving the football. Going back and looking at the first half, Tallahassee made 1 first down on their first possession. St. James made 2 on their first possession, and then 2 3-and-outs, 1 for each team. Tallahassee then scored on a 55-yard touchdown pass from Morris to his tight end Roberts, and St. James got caught in a blitz, and the safety overplayed the pass. It was way underthrown, and nice catch by Roberts, and he outran the St. James defense, and Tallahassee led 7-0 with 1:39 to go in the quarter, and then St. James kept 1:34 to go in the quarter, and then St. James kept the football for 8 minutes and 15 seconds, driving the length of the field. Had first and goal at the 1, but the third down run was called back on a holding penalty, and then St. James missed a 32-yard field goal. And at the half, it was 7-0. Coming out of the locker room, the Trojans got the opening kick of the second half, could do nothing, 3 and out. Tallahassee took the ball. They're 68 and scored. They're 68 at their 32 and drove 68 yards in 8 plays. The touchdown pass coming 20 yards on third down and 12, making the score 13-0. The Trojans blocked the extra point. Pretty much a defensive battle until St. James got the football with 2:57 to go. Drove from their own 36. Grant Phillips caught a 35-yard touchdown pass, and St. James, after the Dylan Hines extra point, pulled within 6 but could not cover the onside kick, and Tallahassee made 1 first down and ran out the clock. And the Tigers will make the playoffs. And St. James, for only the first time in the last 12 years, will not be able to qualify for the playoffs this year. This has been, and I said it in the pregame, perhaps the most unusual year in perhaps in St. James football history, but certainly in my time being involved with this football program. And we don't have to relive all the things that happened in the summer that really put this group of seniors behind the 8 ball in trying to close their St. James football career the way they would have liked to. There are a couple of guys on this football team that were 9th graders 4 years ago when St. James won the state championship that played on that football team that played. Yeah. Dawson Knowles was a starting guard on that football team as a 9th grader down the stretch. And so it's a proud group of guys. It's a group of guys that quite honestly have played their you-know-what's off. And if I didn't think that Terry Barber at Little Engine Broadcasting would get mad at me, he's just been such a fabulous supporter of St. James football. But I would have said played their something else off, because they really, really have. It's been a determined group of players, outmanned all season, and just couldn't muster enough offense tonight. But that didn't stop the defense from playing.
I thought they played pretty well.
Every stinking play.
Yeah. I mean, they got some good long pass plays off, but they were well thrown balls. Most of the time, our defender was in a pretty decent place. And the kid can just fire the ball from Tallahassee.
Yeah, he did a good job. He really did. He was the difference in the football game. As I said, if this game had been played in week 2 or week 3, St. James probably wins the football game. But he's made them a different team, and we'll see what they can do in the playoffs, which will begin, I guess, 3 weeks from tonight. But for St. James, next Friday night, we'll close out the season against Munford here on senior night. I know you finished the stats, Brad. Let's take a look at the numbers.
Yeah, so the final stats in rushing department, Zakowski, 12 carries, 54 yards. He was your leader. Mason Craig, 10 carries, 23 yards. Yancey, 6 carries, 13. Bass ended up with 4 carries and 26 yards. And Grant Phillips, 5 carries for 5. So 37 rushing attempts, 121 yards in that department. In the passing game tonight, Grant Phillips, 3 of 4 for 54 yards, and then Craig ended up 3 of 8 for 53 yards. So 6 of 12 in passing tonight, 107 yards. Your leading receiver tonight was Grant Phillips. He caught 2 receptions, 41 yards, for one for a 36-yard touchdown, and then Mason Craig caught 1 for 35 yards in the first half. So 49 offensive plays, 228 yards, 1 touchdown on the night to almost finish off the year. So,
again, it's been tough. You don't have a quarterback on the team when the season starts. You don't have anyone who's ever played quarterback, and they remade the offense after Game 4. Have played better, but it's not an offense that that you can catch up on. It's not an offense you can score quickly. St. James just a couple of long pass plays. The one here in the second half, a bit of a blown coverage. Nice call, but a bit of a blown coverage on third down and long. And the Trojans didn't stop fighting, scored with 2 minutes or so to go in the game, and then unable to cover the onside kick.
Yeah.
So we'll be here next Friday night. Brad, you here next Friday night?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right. Next
I'm
Friday
here.
night, St. James at 6:15. And I hope those of you who are listening to St. James football will be with us next Friday night, as well as the Trojans will close it out in honor of the 13 seniors on this football team as they take on the Munford Lions next Friday night. So one final time for head of school Larry McLemore, for head coach Larry Ware, for the young men who played their you-know-what's off for St. James football, not just tonight but all season, for our friend Terry Barber and his staff at Little Engine Broadcasting, for Brad Armagoss, who has been as faithful and has given to this program as much as anybody. And Brad, I appreciate you always being here and helping me bring your St. James broadcast to the folks who love this school. Final score, Tallahassee 13 and St. James 7. Rich, I wish you'd been here. We love you, Gus. Good night and be safe.
Thank you for joining us for Trojan Football. This is Head of School Dr. Larry